Need it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're literally level 0. So, all right. I was looking at stuff. I was like, God, why are they so bad? I was like, what's their proficiency? Like, I was like, they can use this ability, and every time they use their proficiency bonus, oh, it's 1. Oh, I didn't I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
So, so I just realized until I find a weapon, my character cannot do damage because my strength modifier is a -2.
Fantastic.
Oof.
Well, you could use that as a defense in court if you ever got accused of, like, manslaughter. It's like,
You
Your
couldn't
Honor,
have
it's
done it.
impossible for my client to have murdered them. There was no murder weapon involved. They would have actually healed them when they punched them. Oh, wow. Okay, this is kind of a bold one for the first question of the whole campaign. So Dom, let me know when you're ready, and I will pretend to host you. I'll host you in my heart. And
We are on.
okay, and it's Dom Odyssey.
Yep.
One word.
Should probably put that in the
Or is it Dom
underscore
Odyssey?
Dom underscore Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah, that other Dom Odyssey. Oof, that was spicy. All right, here we go. All right. Session 01, 0.5 and 1. Cool. Curse of Strahd. All right. Initially, you guys were my only Curse of Strahd, but there was enough people interested that I decided to run a second Curse of Strahd because after prepping it all, I was like, that was a lot of work. Might as well run it twice. So you guys are Curse of Strahd Nightfall, and then on Sunday mornings is Curse of Strahd Daybreak. But then secretly, I'm also running it a third time every other Saturday night because my kid really wanted to play Curse of Strahd, and the Curse of Strahd game we were in fell apart, which is what got me motivated to just run Curse of Strahd. But now they've been watching sadly from the sidelines as I prepped this campaign for the last several months, and they really, really wanted to play. So I am running a friends and family game, and it's just classic Curse of Strahd. They have magic, and they're from the Forgotten Realms, and they're starting in Baldur's Gate, and everything's so happy and great for them. That's not how things are for you guys, though. Not
You're the
at all.
masochists.
Yeah. So my goal when I decided to run Curse of Strahd, and part of why I haven't run Curse of Strahd, is I wanted Curse of Strahd to have flavor, and I wanted it to feel scary. I did not. One of my favorite characters is the Loxodon, named Peanut. I would not bring Peanut to Barovia. Okay. But like a lot of like the conversations I hear about Curse of Strahd, and a lot of like our party finally defeated Strahd. Look at our party. It's just like it's just I feel so narrow minded saying this. It's just not what I would imagine when I think about Gothic horror. I'll just put it that way. So I was like, when I run it, I want it to feel as authentic to the source material as possible. Like, so humans, and then a few like human adjacent mysterious things. Um, I want less magic because I want the fact that Strahd has magic to mean that Strahd is automatically strong because he has magic and most people don't. So I was looking for a low magic, human centric Curse of Strahd game. And then I was like, that's where we're going to start. And then we're just going to layer on all sorts of difficulty and all sorts of rules on top of that until we're at a point where it seems like it would be very scary to play this game. And then once I had that, I was like, now I'll see if anybody actually wants to do this. And then you guys came in. So we're gonna give this a shot. And it is, as I've been saying, a low magic game. Everybody's starting as a human being. And then the other twist is we're going to do Isekai. So you are all people from the modern world who are going to be pulled into the demiplane of Barovia, much as people have been pulled in from Forgotten Realms and from Kryn and all the other fantasy worlds. You will be sort of pulled in as well. So that's sort of the premise that we've got going on. All right, now this is a spooky game. And so one of the things that we did ahead of time was we had a sort of a consent survey for like what's scary and what's okay and what's not okay. I will confess I did not make that survey, and having completed the survey myself, it made me a little confused because I was like, well, I'm not gonna put like big happy face, give me all of this baby, because like I don't think I really want all those things all the time. I know that there are horror people out there that do want all those things all the time, so I guess that's why that was there. So generally, most of the results came back in the middle, right? Like, yeah, I'm cool with this, and I'm not really cool with this, but I'll tolerate it. There was only a couple of things that were all the way like, I want this all the time, baby, and don't ever include this. Please don't ever include this. So I don't feel that it was completely clear as to like what all that meant, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page for that because having the survey is good, but understanding the survey is better. So, something that a lot of people agreed on is avoiding homophobia, racism, and sexism if at all possible. Well, I've got good news for you. Strahd is a very evil guy, but Strahd is not sexist, not racist, and certainly not homophobic because I'm pretty sure he's pansexual or at least bisexual. So, as a result, strong leadership trickles down. The people of Barovia do not hold any of those values. So no matter where you go, you're not going to be treated differently because of the color of your skin, because of gender, or because of sexual orientation. So that was on the survey, but actually doesn't actually apply because this campaign in Barovia, despite being like very xenophobic and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't actually play on the race. Now, here's the thing: where the racism does come in Barovia is they do not trust non-humans because like the whole campaign is human beings, which is part of like the tricky part. Yes, thank you, K-Nix. You'll only be treated differently if you're an animal person. That's right. These are human beings, okay? So, like, if you're a human being, it's fine. There are elves in the setting. The elves live apart from the humans for the most part, and are treated differently and are treated as other. So that is sort of the amount of racism that you're probably going to run into is that kind of stuff. If you make a dark deal with a dark power and become a hideous monster, people are gonna treat you. They're not gonna treat you so good because you're not gonna be a human being anymore. You're gonna be a horrible monster. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Um, everybody, not everybody, but quite a few people said, let's not get pregnant. Okay, works for me. And then let's see. Um, there were a couple of people who don't like harm to animals and children. I think we all kind of feel that way to a certain extent. Here's the thing. One of you guys has a companion that is a dog. When I asked you guys to make companions, I told you the companions would always be in peril. So that dog, that cute, adorable beagle, his name is Dunbar. Look him in the face. Okay? Look at this boy. He's in danger, okay? But based on the feedback, I will not describe in gruesome horror the various ways that he will be eviscerated and killed. Like it'll be like Laura and I were talking about. It'll be like John Wick. Like, Wayne, the dog's dead. The end. We're not gonna go in like a 10-minute diatribe about how he died or anything like that, but he is in danger. Children in this campaign are in danger. Animals are in danger. No one put the hard stop no for animals and children. So as a heads up, bad things will happen to animals and children in this campaign. If at any point it does become too much, just message me immediately, and I will either rain back on it or we'll fade to black on it. Does that work for everybody?
Sounds good to me.
That works.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Something that 14 players, because I got 2 5-person groups and a 4-person group. 14 players all agree we shouldn't have sex on camera. I agree. I don't think we should either. I don't think this is that kind of game. But yeah, so obviously there is opportunities for romance. It's gothic horror. There's sexy vampires, sexy werewolves. But fade to black is how we will handle any of that kind of stuff. So nobody has to worry about that. It was also across all 3 groups. General consensus is I don't mind if romancing happens, but I don't want to romance other PCs. So keep your romancing aimed at NPCs, if when possible. That's the kind of vibe I got from all the people that kind of filled it out, averaged out. And let's see. Other than that, I don't believe there are any real hard stops for this group. Other than the no sex on screen. So we should be good. All right. Any questions about the triggers, consent, fear, horror, survey, consent stuff before we get started? Nope. Everything's good.
No?
Okay, cool. All right. So we're using a lot of weird mechanics. For starters, you're starting at level 0. During the first adventure, you will find there will be an opportunity to claim your hero class. At that point, you will become level 1. Now, people have asked me a number of questions, like, what about our hit points? This campaign is going to be pretty hard. I had said that I wasn't going to use critical hits on monsters. I'm a liar. That's lame. We're definitely using critical hits on monsters. So you can keep your level 0 hit points, babies. And then when you hit level 1, you can either roll for hit points or take average as if you were leveling into the class as a level up. Once you gain your class, you'll actually get proficiencies in saving throws and, a proficiency bonus of +2, really powerful stuff here. And then you'll start advancing as you play through the game. So you're always going to feel like 0.5 levels higher, I think, than you actually are because of the, probably going to feel like 1 level higher than normal because you started with an extra feat and or extra stats. And of course, your 3 abilities that are tied to your backstory, your background, or whatever. There are extra stats on your character sheets. So the extra stats are humanity. No, honor. It says honor, but we're treating honor as like your humanity, basically, which is a World of Darkness concept. So right now on your character sheet, make a decision about where you are on the spectrum of humanity. So like 10 is like an average Joe. Like you don't go around killing people. You don't go around murdering people. You don't have bad thoughts. You don't intentionally cause like harm or strife to other people. So you can put yourself anywhere between like 8 and 13. 8 meaning that you're slightly depraved. 13 meaning that you're trying your best to live like a virtuous life. You are setting a challenge for yourself here because if your character ever drops to 0 honor, you essentially lose control of the character. They become irredeemable and essentially become a bad guy in the campaign working against the party.
What if killing people was our job, but we did it for honorable reasons?
Then I would put it like a 9 or a 10 probably. Yeah. So.
Womp womp.
Yeah. And then the other thing is sanity score. So sanity score represents how good your grip on your sanity and your reality is. When your sanity hits 0, your character becomes unplayable. So you're going to want to keep your sanity high. Sanity, it's very easy for it to go down. It's very hard for it to go up. You will go up in sanity when you hit milestones for leveling up, but other than that, it's going to be very slowly and consistently eroded by the horrible things that you have to deal with in this campaign. I would say that you could put your sanity anywhere between 8 and 13. So if you want like easy mode, definitely claim that your character is of sound mind and go with 13. If you want challenge mode, say that your character's dealing with a lot of shit, put it at like 8, or anywhere in between. So once you set it, though, that's how it is as we start to play through the game. Everyone has a 1 or more seeds of fear. So essentially, is overwhelming foe or horde monster doesn't need magic or supernatural ability to strike fear into your hearts. During any frightful encounter, I can ask you guys to roll a saving throw to resist being scared. If you guys are all stars, you can ask me, can I roll against fear? Which, I mean, good for you. So you have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. It only lasts until the end of your next turn. However, fear chains into stress, and stress is very bad. So stress is from Van Richten's guide, and essentially, I could just give you guys stress whenever. It's kind of a dick move. It's like reverse inspiration. It's horrible. It gives me some guidelines, but basically, whenever I feel that your characters would be under a lot of stress, or if you're an all-star, if you feel that you're under a lot of stress, you can ask for some stress. I don't know why you'd want it because stress is really bad. Stress stacks, and every point of stress that you have is a -1 to your rolls, to attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. So stress is real bad, and stress takes quite a lot of time and care to get rid of. So camping activities will help get rid of stress. Taking long rest will help get rid of stress. Downtime will help get rid of stress. So stress is definitely something that you need to mitigate, or you will become unplayable. You'll still get to play your character, just won't be able to do anything. So you're managing your humanity, your sanity, your fears, and your stress on top of everything else that you guys are doing. For that reason, I'm not going to be particularly strict about like food and stuff like that, unless you are in the wilderness, like traveling and stuff like that, and then it might become an issue. But we are using crafting and harvesting rules. So as long as you guys are like, killing stuff, trained in survival, getting meat from monsters, that sort of thing, you shouldn't worry about food too much. And the water in Barovia is potable, I think is the term. So you guys should be able to drink it without getting too sick or anything like that. We are using Hammonds for herbalism. So there will be like 160 something different plants that can be harvested during the campaign if you are so inclined for that sort of thing. Monsters will drop loots as per Anne Gergeson's book, with me nerfing things as I see fit, because sometimes Anne just sort of cranks out the stuff, and I don't know if all of it's really needs to be as strong in some cases as it is, or as weak in some cases as it is, so there are adjustments to it. Everything that you harvest from a monster also has properties, and those properties can be used to craft items, and then you can learn to craft items through gameplay by gathering recipes and all of that. Each character, because we don't have artificers and we don't have craftsmen, feels good. Each character can choose one crafting specialization that they do, and so there's 2 schools of crafting with subcategories. So you could choose to be into alchemy or into crafting, and if you choose to be into alchemy, you have to pick one of the 3 flavors of alchemy, which is alkahest, which they basically focus on DPS, explosions, things like that, corrosives, flammables. Apothecary focuses on poisons, antitoxins, potions, antidotes, things like that. And then tincturers, they focus on the weird stuff like perfumes and oils and balms and things like that. If you decide to go crafting, you will be able to choose blacksmithing, jeweler, leather worker, tailor, tinkers, woodworker. And so obviously each of you choosing a different one would vastly improve the variety of things that you could make. But if 2 of you had the same thing, you guys could work together on projects, roll those checks with advantage, and also make them twice as fast. So it's going to be up to you guys to decide how to do all of that. You'll make that decision when you kind of level up into your hero class. You don't have to choose then, but that's when it will unlock, and you could kind of start thinking about what kind of crafting you want to do with your character. If you don't want to do crafting with your character in order to keep the economy open to, have enough options there, you could say, hey, I really have no interest in this. Is somebody else interested in this? They can have my crafting specialization, essentially. And then somebody else in the group could just be good at 2 different things. Now that will slow down production, but it will at least allow you guys access to more recipes. So any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Is our level 0 tool proficiency that we have, is that tied to that?
It's not. It could be. You could plan ahead, sort of thing. So like, if you plan on making like, being an apothecary, for example, you could say that you have proficiency in herbalist tools as your, background level 0 tool, and then you're kind of set up for success already. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Now, some classes, I believe, give you guys tools as well and tool proficiencies, and there are feats that will give you stuff as well. But just because you declare that you're an alchemist, if you don't have training in alchemist tools, you're not going to do a very good job with it. So it is something to kind of think about as you go. If you guys want, you can leave your tool proficiency from level 0 blank, like a blank check, and you can write it later when you have a better sense of what kind of crafting the group might want to do. So you don't have to, right now spur of the moment BS why you would have this medieval tool proficiency, and yeah, so don't worry about that. All right. Let's see. Everybody has 5 what's called modern item tokens, or modern day tokens. You can cash those in whenever you like, and we will quickly try to provide you with an item for that. What we did in Witchlight is we just kind of BS'd what the item did, and then after that scene was over, or that session was over, if that item was still around, we made like a actual mechanical item for it. So if you already know 100% what your 5 items are going to be, you can start building those on your sheet. If you don't know what the stats would be for them, you could message me and we can kind of get those set up. But you may want to sit on them for a little bit. I will say this: cell phone is obviously a popular choice, and it is an appropriate choice, as I can't imagine most humans nowadays wouldn't have their phone within easy reach. I will say this: Barovia is a demiplane of dread, and that means no cell phone signals. So having a cell phone would be really cool until it runs out of batteries, in so much as you would have a camera and a flashlight, and things like that. Maybe even like a built-in compass, and like there's a lot of things that a smartphone can still do without signal. But after it runs out of power, then yeah.
I don't think the compass would even work.
Yeah, compass won't work.
I guess it depends on the model. Yeah, because some of them have like a gyroscope or whatever built in. That, I guess those are the older models of phones. Anyways, something to think about, right? Something to think about while you're kind of cashing in those modern day tokens. And I had people in Witchlight that I think still had modern day tokens at the end of the campaign. They did not cash them in like the whole time because they were waiting for just the right time to say, I have this thing from the real world. That is your prerogative. If you can make it that long and still have it, then good on you, I guess. Just kind of keep track of it. I will not be auditing character sheets, so it's on the honor system essentially. Maybe once in a while I might have to open your character sheet for something. If I see that you're horribly encumbered, I might say something about it. I'm not super strict on encumbrance, but I think that encumbrance does have a place in the game. So just kind of be mindful.
Especially when your strength is 6.
Yes. And then you might have noticed you all have the unarmed strike, the D&Done unarmed strike. So basically, it's a better than normal unarmed strike. You have this unarmed strike, and every monster in the world has this. So basically, when you land an unarmed strike, instead of dealing damage, you can initiate a grapple instead. So there you go, Arthur. You might not be able to punch someone to death, but you could grapple them and throw them down the stairs. So, yeah. All right. Any questions before we get going? I guess we still have a little bit of time. I said we'd get 1 hour or less. So let me see. Let me run through just some level 0, not level 0, session 0 questions that might elicit some stuff here. Let's see.
I guess we can just quickly go over what the things we decided on the last time, like the death saves and all that stuff. That
Oh, right.
Yeah, let's revisit the rules. It's been so long.
Yeah.
So everybody knows I like to use hidden rolls for most things. We don't use hidden rolls for medicine because medicine has some mechanical benefits that it gets a little tiring to like have to show the results of medicine. Though I guess in this, with all the diseases and the poison, and horrible infections and stuff, we might turn medicine off also. But a lot of rolls are hidden, so you're not 100% sure how they went, except through roleplay cues and results. I am in the habit of showing rolls, so like if after a session you're like, I want to see that roll, like I'll be like, oh, I mean, if the chat hasn't been cleared, like sure, if it's a really important roll, I'll often send the roll over to Will or somebody else that I know likes to watch a particular game, so that they can kind of be like that accountability person that like they really did roll double ones on the most important diplomacy check of their career, kind of thing. But in this campaign, in order to make things very scary, we're doing some stuff with dying and death that make it very, very scary. So the first thing we're doing is when you get a failed death save, it doesn't go away. So like when you are down at 0 and you make a saving throw against death and you fail, you get a failed death save. And then if you get healing and you get popped back up, it doesn't go away. So the next time you drop to 0 and have to start making them, you're already at 1 from before. So that's pretty scary. Death saves only clear upon taking a long rest, and that makes things extra scary. We're only doing long rests at places called sanctuaries, so places that are actually safe. Normally this would be a town, but throughout the Barovia, there are going to be sites where it counts as a sanctuary for gaining the benefits of a full long rest. Otherwise, we're using camping rules, which provide you resource recovery, but not the full benefits of a long rest. Since none of you are spellcasters, it's not going to hurt that bad. But classes that rely on long rest features versus short rest features are going to feel it a lot more because of that. This is to basically reinforce the fact that the world is very scary and dangerous, and that's the reason that everybody lives in towns, because those places are safe. Now, the other thing that's really hard about these death saves is when you roll them, we've set them to be hidden, so you don't know how many failed death saves you have, which is terrifying. So what we'll probably do is, outside of combat, a medicine check will help like determine if like this person has failed death saves or not. So you know if they're near death or not. But it's going to be pretty scary. It's going to be pretty scary. So when somebody's down, you don't know how long you have to heal them or not. So it's going to really be stressful. When people drop to 0, do I run and heal them right away? Do I let them wait? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make the save or not. I don't know if I can pop them up with 1 hit point to reset the failed death saving throw timer. It's going to be pretty intense. With all of this deadliness around dying and the lack of healing, how are we supposed to like keep going, right? So everybody is starting play with a fate point. The fate point will allow you to cheat death. Essentially, if you would die in an encounter, you don't. Sherlock Holmes style, right? You just don't. We might explain why you didn't die. We might not. As long as the encounter is completed successfully, you will kind of gasp for air or come around the corner. or crawl out from the rubble of the collapsed building, and you will be alive with 1 HP, and everything will be quote unquote fine. But it won't be fine, because we're actually going to play with diminishing returns upon death, or an option to go out in a blaze of glory. So if something would kill you, and you have a fate point to spend, you essentially get 3 options. One is you die, but on the way out, you do something extremely cool and mechanically impactful. So it could be like boosting all your allies. It could be dealing one last big hit, something like that. You will also be presented 2 options that you live, but X happens, or you live, but Y happens. And they are all generated from a random table. Some of them are very bad. Some of them are tolerable. But the idea is that your characters are being worn out by their constant defiance of death and the horrible things that you're putting them through. It's certainly not a revolving door situation. It's how much of you is left at the end of the campaign if you manage to live through the whole campaign. So where do you get more fate points? Fate points drop off of boss monsters, essentially. So whenever you defeat a boss monster, that boss monster will have 1 fate point on them, and then that fate point can be given to one of you. If there's a contest, of course, you just do roll-offs on it. But generally, most groups I play with, are pretty good about who gets the fate points when they drop. Let's see. What other mechanics are pretty impactful here? The death of dying. Oh, right. So you're going to be heavily reliant upon your hit dice and consumables. So in order to make that extra hard, after you drink a number of potions or potion-like items equal to your Constitution modifier, beyond that, you have to start checking for potion toxicity. Just like, The Witcher. Like, you're drinking too many potions, it's starting to poison your body and mess it up and everything. That can be... Nothing could happen, or you could lose a hit die, or you could gain exhaustion, that sort of thing. There will be items and abilities that are fueled by hit dice. So hit dice are a currency that you have to really take care of in this game. Because you guys are kind of gritty and don't have any healing options for the most part, we're going to make short rests in this campaign only take 10 minutes. So essentially, you smoke a cigarette, you lean against the wall dramatically, you wipe some blood from your face, and bam, you just got the benefits of a short rest. However, you can only short rest twice per day before your body is just like at its limit and it needs to like rest. But only 10 minutes to do a short rest. Poof. All right. I think that covers all the things that we're doing. Can anybody think of anything else that I might have left out?
Do you have a Foundry mod that counts all the character deaths?
They count all the character deaths. I mean, we'll make one on the dashboard for sure. We'll definitely add a mausoleum.
Just put the token there.
Yeah. So a question that was asked of me is if they're starting with isekai characters, but then the isekai character dies, or the isekai character is just gotten so messed up from dying and coming back that they don't want to play anymore. So the next time they die, they just go out in a blaze of glory. What happens then? Well, then you play a Barovian native, essentially. And we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But that would actually open up your options of playable stuff to be humans, Vistani, and Dusk Elves. So you would have slightly more of a variety of a character to play. Or you activate one of the companion characters, which is probably another thing we need to discuss real quick in case anybody has... It's been a while since we talked about all this stuff. So the companion characters. All right. Each PC can designate one NPC to be their companion character. You guys are starting with a companion character. So what that means is in this campaign, I want to avoid any pet casters because we already have a lot of stuff clogging the action economy here. You can have more than 5 NPCs traveling with you, but those extra unassigned NPCs will roll into initiative. Their lives will constantly be in danger, and monsters in Curse of Strahd love killing NPCs more than anything else in the whole world. You can leave companions with at a sanctuary, and they should be mostly safe if you decide to, to leave a companion at a sanctuary. You can change out your companion NPC after completing a long rest. So, like, you brought them for this mission, but now that mission's over, so you switch out to a different one. What exactly do companion NPCs do? They can share your inspiration pool and your fate pool. So everybody can have up to 3 points of inspiration. You can actually give inspiration to your companion NPC if they need it. Also, if they die, you could give them your fate point if you care about them that much. You can also have them succeed at a cost. But if you do have a companion NPC succeed at a cost, they get the normal result of that roll on the table, and they get aggro 3, which we'll talk about in a second. In initiative, your companion acts before or after your turn in initiative, just like a familiar or summoned creature would. Your companion can move and take the following actions on their turn without drawing attention to themselves. They can dodge, dash, or duck, an action exclusive to companions. All companions can use the reaction to stay close as a reaction. You may move up to your speed. This movement must end adjacent to or closer to your companion PC. So basically, if they do get separated from you, you could have them burn their reaction to move closer to you. To basically kind of keep them, safe and close to you. Are they safe? No. Enemies will ignore your companion NPC by default unless they take any meaningful actions. Paragon monsters, aka boss monsters, will ignore these rules. They do whatever they want. They're assholes. Each time your companion character takes an action, a reaction, or a bonus action besides dodge, dash, duck, or stay close, they get a threat token, and they roll on the threat aggro table. If a companion takes the duck action, they may remove 1d3 threat tokens. Whenever a companion gains aggro or advances aggro, remove all of their threat tokens. All threat, and you guys are going to have a copy of this, so don't try to memorize any of this. All threat and aggro reset after the conflict is declared over by the GM. Companion NPCs can still be harmed or killed by collateral damage, traps, environmental hazards, and AoEs, so be careful. All companion NPCs gain evasion while slotted as companions. All right. So threat and aggro, essentially, as they stack aggro, they become more and more tempting of a target to monsters. So at aggro 1, they get targeted like any other active PC. So if a monster has to choose a target, it will not ignore your companion. It might consider them a target. Aggro 2, when offered multiple targets, a monster will prioritize the companion. And aggro 3, monsters will seek out this target. They've drawn too much attention to themselves. And that's generally, I guess, what you need to know about companions. The companions you start with, I'm going to be honest, are not great. They can be leveled through play. You will find much more powerful companions in Barovia that you may or may not want to swap out your current companions for. All right, so that, yeah, I think we're good on that.
Are we still doing the hidden attack rolls thing, or no?
I don't think we're gonna do the hidden attack rolls.
Okay, all right.
That's too much. It's too
Okay.
much.
Okay. Great.
Arc almost had me convinced, but it just seems like too much work for everybody involved. So, yeah. All right. Cool. Any other questions before we get started formally?
I'm good.
Okay.
Do you recommend playing with the lights on or the lights?
whatever you are comfortable with.
We're starting lights off, but I'm already getting nervous.
I do recommend having the let's see, I'm going to share this whole house rules folder with everybody. So everybody should have observer rights to companion system, tabletop information, creature sizes, fear, firearms, grappling rules, mortal choice, and injury, sanity, stress, and underwater combat. Alright, cool. So everybody should have access to all of that. I'm actually using the GM screen this time because there's just that
snap.
much stuff going on. Yeah. Let's see. Drag this over here. It's actually really cool now that I'm using it. I'm not sure why I haven't been using it the whole time, but for this, with all the different mechanics we have, it's kind of ideal. So, all right. Let's see. Most of us have already played in games either together or we know of each other. Jason is being played by newcomer Darby. Do you want to do a quick intro, or is it bad that I'm calling you out? I don't know.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm Derby. Been playing D&D probably 2.5, 3 years. I DM 3 games currently, 1 monthly and 2 weekly games. So this is my attempt to mix things up and get behind the player screen.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'm happy you were able to join us. 5 feels pretty optimal to me as far as 5th edition D&D goes. So, I think things will be a little slow as we get used to having these companions and the new rules and everything. But I imagine it'll start to get kind of smoothed out as we go. Technology-wise, I am going to be utilizing sound through Foundry and through Discord. So you're gonna have sound coming at you from like two different places. It'll just kind of depend on the scene and what sounds are where. So if you don't have sound enabled on Foundry, you might miss some of the sounds. If the sounds coming in through Foundry are too loud, go to the little musical note at the top right, and you should be able to control any and all of the sounds that are playing for yourself. Okay, so I guess let's hop into this thing. Okay, change out the music here. Okay, I've got something like really oppressive and sad to play, so that's a good mood starter.
Oh no.
Yeah, this.
He starts playing "This Is the End" by the Doors.
Oh no. Okay, so the premise here is that each of you, for one reason or the other, has been contacted about an opportunity, right? A lot of these opportunities seem to revolve around the sort of like the film industry, but each of you is kind of given a different story and a different reason why you have been invited to enjoy a sort of technology purge sort of retreat. So outside of the city of Seattle, up near Big Sur, there is just a lovely sort of like lake resort situation, kind of overlooking the bay. And this is, according to the brochure, the place is gorgeous. So each of you was offered a +1 that you could bring with you, and essentially an opportunity has been presented for you, whether it is to advance your career, whether it is to put your life back on track, whether it is to just give you a chance to escape from your life for a little bit, to kind of refocus and restructure. Each of you, through a contact, was invited to this retreat, to this resort. So I guess we'll just go sort of real quick round the table and kind of ask like, who are you? Why are you here? And who did you bring with you? So we'll start with Anne.
All right. Yes, playing Anne. She's a relatively tall, extremely fit woman. She is kind of the type. I mean, as we're heading towards this thing, you'll see her. She's kind of the type that wears like a hoodie and sweatpants. Has a water bottle with her at all times. Keep hydrated. Um, um, and you'll notice that she, as she walks, she kind of like takes a bit of careful with her steps. Um, so she happened to be part of a American Ninja Warrior, and as a kind of like a thing to try and get back out there and do some more physical training, just one of her passions, kind of only thing that keeps her sane. And her little brother, who is recently graduated from high school, is getting ready to go to college, got accepted, and so with her going to Ninja Warrior, succeeding there, and her brother getting into college, they decided to take a mini vacation to celebrate their both of their success, and they happened to go with so family members decided to go too, so they decided to go with them.
All right.
So
And this is your younger brother Dan.
yeah,
Over here.
Daniel.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Chris, what's the situation here?
All right, so with Chris, you see a country boy, about 5'10", freckled with red hair. His flannel shirt is misbuttoned. His cowboy boots are well worn. He carries a half-empty bottle of Texas rye whiskey. Looks like he just opened it this morning. He doesn't look excited to be here, but his companion, Henry, is egging him on, encouraging him, telling him everything's going to be better once we get this through.
Right. Art. What's the situation?
Yeah, so Art is mid-50s gentleman, kind of a stern, wizened sort of face, kind of tall and lean. He's about like 6'3", so he's actually pretty tall. Tends to, at this point, seems to kind of keep to himself a fair amount. And anyone who's, I don't know, watched television maybe back at a certain point in time, maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago or so, might remember his face off of it, and kind of thinking it through, they might remember that he was like a celebrity medium type character. Haven't seen him much recently, though. You'd have to kind of know your classic at this point TV a little bit to know who he is. He is there with a younger woman who's in her let's see, what is it here, early 20s or so. This is Robin. This is his daughter, and she seems a little more outgoing than he is, but yeah, he's just kind of keeping to himself as much as possible.
Right. Jason, what's the story? Why are you at this tech purge retreat up in the mountains of Washington State?
Jason's his late 20s or 30s. He teaches self-defense classes at a local community center in Seattle. His co-worker, Leo, is the one who convinced him to come on the tech purge to get away from the hustle and bustle of the day in and day out classes of the community center and the stresses of it, and he agreed to go along with his work friend to the purge to kind of reset and disconnect.
All right, sounds good. Okay. Wayne, what brings you here?
Wayne is kind of tall, slim. He's in his mid-20s, and kind of like Art, he's got one of those faces that you might recognize, but instead of having been in the forefront in a certain point in time on television, he's you might recognize him from like blink and you'll miss it roles and TV or commercials and things like that. He doesn't really have any kind of accent, kind of like he's through classes and speech. He's kind of eliminated it. But he's got although he's from LA, he's up here visiting from LA. He doesn't seem like LA, like an LA person. He seems very down to earth. And he's actually up here trying to, get in the right headspace for possibly the biggest role of his career, as he is as an actor. And he's here with his best friend in the whole world, who's been there through thick and thin since he moved out west, is Little Beagle Dunbar, who is 8 years old.
8 years old? Oh my goodness.
That means he's had a good run, y'all. That's what it means.
Oh no.
So.
And that dog better not be
He
seeing
got
any
Dunbar
ghosts.
as a puppy when he first moved out to LA.
Aw. All
Dog,
right.
Dunbar has to survive this.
Each of you sounds like you could be the main character of a Stephen King or a Joe Hill novel. So we're off to a great start. Okay. Some interesting things that happen on the drive there. Some of you, I think a lot of you are coming from out of state, right? Are there any Seattle natives amongst the five of you?
I guess
Jason would be a native.
Okay, so Jason's a native to the city.
I would say,
Anne?
yeah, I would say Anne, and Dan would probably be native too.
Well, I gotta ask, Jason and Anne, with your overlaps in Ninja Warrior / athletics, fitness, all that kind of stuff, do you guys know of each other? Do you know each other?
I'll be down to say that I hired Jason at some point as a personal trainer when I was getting ready for Ninja Warrior. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, that's cool.
A lot of people come through our classes.
Yeah. So then you would know that Anne has a prosthetic leg.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I don't think Art is a native, but he's maybe been living in Seattle for a couple of years. Maybe a little more recently.
all right, nice. Some of you may know the Hollywood agent, Vasily von Holtz, who has kind of managed a lot of careers in Hollywood, TV, film, that sort of thing. Serendipitously, it is Vasily von Holtz who contacted you, Art, when you kind of got out, and has been trying to work with you on getting a comeback, sort of thing. Vasily von Holtz contacted Henry about kind of advising on a movie, providing like realistic like special forces kind of stuff, and Henry, in order to kind of give Chris something to focus on, something to work on, has kind of tried to bring him into that sort of side business a little bit. And then Wayne, this Vasily von Holtz is the same kind of agent that got you the opportunity for this this AMC drama that's coming up. Yeah. So I don't know if that would come up amongst you guys in chatter and conversation, but that is sort of seeds of information that you guys would have going on there. So on the drive up, you guys, I just need a volunteer that would stop at the classic horror movie remote log cabin gas station. So is there one or more people who needed to stop for gas on this winding forested mountain road, driving up to this remote lake house, and you had to stop at the gas station because you needed a little bit of gas? Anybody?
I feel like Wayne would.
Okay.
He's driving an older vehicle and just wants to make sure there's enough gas to tank at all time.
Fair enough. Okay. So you stop, and as you kind of get out, man, I can't remember. I think you pump your own gas, Washington State. Yeah. So you get out to like pump your gas or whatever, and there is like just an old ass woman, just so old. Not as old as like the old lady on SpongeBob from the chocolate episode, but like pretty old. She's sitting there smoking a pipe, and she's rocking like a little bit in a rocking chair, and she's bundled up against the cold because you're up in the mountains. It's about 45, 50 degrees right now in the month of August, late August, and she just seems to be watching you. Her eyes kind of glassy and cataract over, but you just feel her gaze on you as you're kind of pumping the gas. And then you hear her voice say, you gotta pay inside. We don't have those fancy pumps, but we do take the charge card.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Do I need to pay first, then pump?
Oh, no, you're good for it, I'm sure. Just in case you got confused about where to put the money card. It's inside.
Okay, well,
Don't get many people up in the woods here this late in the summer.
oh well, I'm up here for a special reason. Yeah.
A special reason? Oh, you're taking your pup camping then? Or is it more special than that?
Well, it's I don't want to say I'm researching a role, but I'm trying to get in the right headspace for a project, and yeah, and Dunbar, he's always there with me, so yeah, we're going up there together. I think it'll be fun.
Where are you heading again?
It's this cabin. My agent booked it.
Oh, only cabin up this road is the old Durst place.
Well, he said it was nice on Airbnb. Apparently some other folks are going to be there also from the industry, and maybe a good chance to network. And I'm hoping that there's a good bit of land. Dunny likes to go on walks, and I can really use a chance to clear my head.
It's real remote. Nice and remote up there. I think that's the property Aragorn manages. He's a foreigner. I think he might be Russian. But it's still good sort. He's still a good sort. Very handsome.
Okay.
Anyways, they could bring you up inside. I've taken up too much of your time. It's so sweet of you to take time for an old woman and to listen.
Well, I find some, you learn new things when you meet new people, and I try to be polite about it. I appreciate you letting me know. Can I get you anything? While I'm inside, I'm gonna go pay, get some jerky.
This is my son and I. We we own the gas station. All right.
Oh,
I can eat anything I want from there. But it's
Certainly.
very sweet of you. It's very sweet of you.
well, like I said, I like to be polite, and I appreciate any wisdom, any knowledge that's imparted my way. Thank you, man.
And she stares at you for a long time, um, seeing you and not seeing you. And then she says, "I'll remember you when they come ask. Don't worry. Don't worry."
I'm sorry.
From inside, a younger man, well, not younger than you, a man a little bit older than you, says, you pay in here. You come on in."
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. So another scene on the way there involves there being a tree down in the road. Does anybody, one or more people, want to help deal with this tree in the road?
I guess we can. I assume that Anne and Dan would probably be taking an Uber up to this place.
Oh, okay.
So I guess if
Makes
that
sense.
happened,
Makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay, so your Uber driver turns down his Doja Cat, and he says, shit. Oh man, excuse my language. There's a tree down in the road. I should not have taken this job. I don't have the right car for this, but I'm real sorry. We're gonna have to call somebody."
I guess everyone will look out the car and try and see the tree. Does it look really big?
Then you see him looking in the rearview mirror, and he says, "Oh, what are the odds? Oh my gosh!" As another car drives up behind your stopped car. So who's in the other car?
It's probably Leo's SUV.
Okay. So Leo, is kind of like he flicks some ash from a cigarette out the window, and he says, "Imagine that we drive all the way out of the city, and we still got a traffic jam."
Yeah, that would be our luck.
You wanna go check it out?
Yeah, I'll go see if they need any hand.
Okay.
I'll step
Well,
out of.
I got
slam
this.
the door
I
behind
got
me.
this winch. They want to use the winch. Got the winch. He's very proud of the winch he had installed on his SUV. So he just to make sure that there's a chance to use the winch. He wants to be able to use it. All right. So the driver says, someone's coming. And Anne, you can tell the driver is nervous, a very nervous person, but he looks like he's going to get out and see what's going on.
All right.
Dan whispers to you, "You don't think there's any bears around, do you?"
Well, stay in the car. There shouldn't be.
With the way you talk this up, I thought we were just going from one civilized place to another civilized place, but I feel really exposed out here, really we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Stay in the car. Here's, maybe keep the lights on. Actually, yeah, keep the lights on. It'll keep us,
All
we
right.
can see.
So you and the driver get out, and there is a very tall, muscular guy, and you recognize him. It's Jason, the guy that was training you for your American Ninja stuff.
Jason, hey. Funny seeing you here. Where are you heading? You're heading up to the...
And that you?
Yeah.
Well, that's a weird coincidence seeing you here. You guys okay? That tree didn't hit you guys, do you?
No, just in the way. We gotta get it, trying to get it out the way. And she turns back, looking at it again, trying to see how big it is.
It is a very large tree that has kind of fallen down and sort of rolled down the hillside and just is blocking the road. With enough force, it could probably be shifted and then continue sliding down the mountain.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I don't want to have this thing roll it down the mountain and hit somebody else.
Yeah. Your your cab driver wanna back up, and Leo's got his SUV. We can hook her up to the tree and try to pull it out off to the side.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a good idea. I turn to the Uber driver, who's I guess standing out with us.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, if it's not too much trouble, that'd be great." All right, yeah. I'm gonna. The road's really narrow. Yeah. And all right, I'll go down the road a ways just in case it rolls. Just be careful. You don't want to roll down the road towards your car or your truck or whatever.
And if he's gonna go move his car and like go down the hill, I'm gonna ask Dan to get out of the car and stand on the side of the road, so away. I would not be in the car where this thing's rolling.
Yeah, sure.
I kind of yell back to Leo. Leo, go ahead and back up the SUV. The Uber here is gonna squeeze by us, and then we can hook up to the tree here. See if we can pull this log out.
So they perform the harrowing exercise of getting one car to move past another car on a very tight mountain road that just has no guardrail or anything. The Uber makes it down the road a bit, and then SUV kind of gets to the position. You guys attach the winch. You're feeling pretty good about it. All right. As he starts to kind of wind it and then starts to slowly back the car up, you can hear the cable kind of tearing at the wood, and you hear sort of a skittering sound inside the tree. Leo doesn't hear it over the revving of the engine and the kind of, not the squealing of the tires, but he's really kind of like giving it everything he has to try to pull this thing loose. Anne and Jason, where are you guys at? Are you behind the SUV? Are you by the log, or by the tree?
I would have stood like not on the mountain side, not on the the cliff side, but on the mountain side of the road,
Yeah. All right.
and to see what's going on.
And Jason, where would you be at?
I was probably near Leo's vehicle, so I could instruct him how much force he needed to pull him.
Okay. So you're near, and you're kind of guiding him and all that. And from your vantage point, you hear the wood begin to crack and splinter around where the cable is at. Leo keeps revving.
I'll yell out and say, "Hey, it looks like it's about to break."
And he says, he shouts over the sounds of the vehicle and the winch and everything. No, I can't hit the brakes. I gotta pull back. And as he does, the log sort of explodes in the center. The cable goes flying from the momentum and hits the windshield of the SUV, shattering it. And the tree snaps in half. One part kind of rolls towards you, Anne, threatening to pin you against the cliffside or the hillside. The other half tumbles down and over the side and just kind of rolls down before getting trapped by other trees. Pouring from the shattered stump of this tree, it just swarms and swarms of spiders. Fat, brown, furry spiders just kind of scurrying out all over the road, all over the SUV, and they're kind of climbing towards and on you, Anne, as they kind of make a mad dash for a darker, safer place.
I'm gonna try and brush them off and get them off of me and make sure they're not on Dan, because I know he's afraid of animals.
So Leo is just cussing up a storm. And Jason, when you look in, he has a piece of glass in the temple right above his left eye, and there's blood, and the windshield is just messed up. And you can see that all the cabling and stuff is now kind of being pulled out of the windshield to the winch as it kind of continues its motorized action. But it's just a mess. The road is clear though, but it's just splinters, chunks of wood, glass, and fleeing furry spiders everywhere.
Yeah, probably. We'll go ahead and cut the engine off, and you okay? That cut looks pretty bad. Here, let me have a look at it.
He says, "Did we get it? Did we get the tree though?
Yeah, we got the tree all right.
Did the
It's
winch,
shattered.
the winch look cool?
It was
Did Anne look
right to see.
impressed? Did Anne look impressed? That's the important part."
Glance back over.
She's all of her attention is on Dan because she knows he hates spiders.
So you've already run down the road to like check on Dan and stuff
Yeah.
because that Uber's way down the road. Like they
Oh.
didn't want to be anywhere near this. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you bandage him up. It's superficial. Just kind of pluck the glass out. In order to drive, probably gonna want to just clear out the rest of the glass. Would Leo try to call like his insurance now, or do you think he'd drive like the remaining hour and change to the cabin and try from there?
Pretty impatient. I don't know if he would deal with waiting. Cell signal's already kind of spotty, so.
Okay. In that case, that makes sense. He'd kind of take his phone out, see they didn't have any bars, and say, "Nothing to do about it. We'll just call when we get there. Here, help me clear all this out. We'll I don't know. Maybe there'll be a shop vac or something when we get there. Just be careful you don't sit in any glass." All right. And so, with that handled, you guys continue the drive to the Durst estate. Traveling there as well are two old friends. What vehicle are you guys driving in, Chris?
Yeah, I would be Ford F-150.
Okay. Whose vehicle is it? Henry's, yours,
It's definitely Henry's. Henry wouldn't let Chris drive right now.
Okay. So Henry is still trying to talk up how good this weekend is going to be for you to kind of reset. And then this Vasily guy he keeps talking about is supposed to swing by this weekend, and he's going to introduce you, and then you're going to, this is your chance to kind of like get back on your feet, get connected again, get back in the world, like have something to focus on. And as he's like just this drone of like positivity and goodwill and like supportive friend, like what is Chris's situation?
I mean, Chris is kind of just like shoot him down. Like I don't know, Red. I don't know if I could do this. If I was a movie star, it still seemed right, man. I should have just stayed home.
No. Hey, we both know that you staying home. That's not going to work anymore. It's time to. Man, he just kind of like reaches over and like just squeezes your shoulder and your bicep like really hard, like in a I'm so angry with you, but I care about you so much kind of way. Like he's trying to stay positive, but you're testing him kind of thing. And he says, just put all that out of your head. Okay? This weekend, we're going to do some hunting. We're going to do some fishing. We're going to eat some good food. We're not going to worry about the internet, the emails. We're not going to worry about our phones, the social media. We're not going to worry about any of that stuff. Just relax. And maybe opportunity.
Yeah, I mean that does sound good.
Yeah. All right. And he kind of looks out the window and he keeps driving, and you just see like the beautiful afternoon sun over the Washington pine forest, and you see the bay out in the distance. Just so beautiful, so tranquil, and you can kind of feel that all the trouble that you had in Texas is like a million miles away, if only for just a few minutes. In another car driving up the mountain. Art, are you driving or is Robin driving? Or are you guys also taking an Uber?
No, I think Robin's driving. I think it's a like maybe a 6 or 7 year old like Hyundai Sonata.
Okay.
Yeah, like in decent shape, but maybe a little a little dinged up. Maybe some couple cars have banged into it in the parking lots, kind of thing, with their doors and stuff. Superficial kind of damage. Nothing too crazy.
So I envision that this is like a long drive of like awkward silences with occasional attempts to not be awkward silence, but then kind of drifting back into awkward silence as the two of you are kind of estranged.
Yeah, like I think at this point, maybe they've had like the radio going and like have just gone to music at this point, because that's a little easier than trying to keep the conversation going.
Yeah. Have you brought up to her this opportunity from this agent that called you?
Yeah, I think that was kind of like part of the catalyst of this whole thing. So I think he's trying to be fairly honest with Robin at this point, and so like I think that would have been like, hey, I need somebody else to kind of. I mean, he wouldn't have wanted it to hit her there. So I think he's kind of broached it in that process, even though he wasn't sure how it would fly.
So through the silence, she kind of breaks it. She says, "So what other stuff has this Vasily von Holtz? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Dad. It just sounds like a made-up name. Like, is he German? Is he like what? Has he worked in American television? Like, who has he worked with that I might know?"
Yeah, or it's gonna think for a second, and I mean,
nothing comes to mind. Actually,
yeah, he's just trying to just thinking. He's like, I mean, I've not heard of the agencies he said he was with, but this is the first agent to get in touch with me. I mean, he's set this up.
I didn't even know there were agents anymore, Dad. I thought it was like you kind of just had to represent yourself, and then once you're successful enough, like an agency comes to find you. It feels kind of old-fashioned, right? That somebody would just...
that's what happened. Like, he came to me. I wasn't looking for him.
Oh. I mean, it worked out for Adele. It might work out for you.
Yeah, just nodding. Exactly. I mean, look. I mean, I'm not sure if he's representing here in America, or if like this is, maybe this is like, I don't know, Eastern Europe somewhere. But they've got their own TV production and stuff. There could be opportunities abroad for me. I don't know. It's worth seeing what this guy is after.
You gonna travel then? If this needs you to travel, you're gonna leave?
Like a pause. I mean, that's part of why I want you here. I want you to hear it out, and we can talk through what our options are.
She looks very, very thoughtful, like she's processing years and years of therapy, and calling upon therapy techniques. And she says, "It means a lot to me that you wanted to include me in this. Thank you."
Yeah, like another just awkward pause,
Yeah.
And like Art also like trying to like figure out what the right thing to say is, kind of like it's just too long. Like this is not his default mode.
Oh, hey, look, there's the place. As she comes around the bend, and you guys arrive, one after the other, at the Durst Manor. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do for this is I'll put your minis on the map, but then also off to the side on a, I don't know what to call it, like a neutral zone or whatever. And then you should be able to explore the house, you know, if you want, or just stay on the right hand side for like theater of the mind. But the house should be fully explorable, but you can also just theater of the mind this part. In Foundry, if you just click off of your mini, you should be able to see everything that all of your minis that have sight can see by like zooming out. All right, so I'll bring you over here. And this is a big map, and it's done up at like 50 pixels. So you guys should be able to see the house to the right with like a little dashboard, and then there should be like the exterior of the house to the left.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, as you drive up, it's a pretty nice house. Ignore that house that you see off in the background. This house is all by itself. I forgot to Photoshop that house out in the back. But the house looks really nice. It's kind of it's an older house, but you can see that they tried to modernize it with like amenities and things like that. But you can kind of tell and sort of feel the age of the house when you are looking at it. And it is a combination of like stone manor with like log cabin accents. Any of the log cabin parts definitely seem to be an intentional sort of embellishment to what would normally just be a very stately old stone manor. Each of the cars kind of rolls up in there, and there's plenty of place to park along the side and back of the house as well. As you arrive, there is a man there. He looks to be of maybe Eastern, like European descent. He has long brown hair, a sly smile, a devil's goatee, and piercing like eyebrows and like the classic like hawk nose. He's wearing like just very comfortable like fall clothes, like you know, a work shirt, and then like a just like a green jacket over that, pair of blue jeans, work boots, that sort of thing. He seems to be the groundskeeper. And as you guys are rolling up and parking your cars and all that, he approaches and says, hello there. The name is Ergo. I'm pleased that you were able to make it at such good time. It can get dark pretty early up here in the mountains, but seems that you'll have plenty of daylight left to enjoy before settling in for the night. Let me just check your papers here and see if we've got the right people. You are here for the Technology Purge Retreat. Yes. Mr. Vasily said to expect 10 of you? And you can kind of see him like eyeballing. He says, still waiting for some to get here. That's not an issue at all. So, yes, you can park along the side here. Why don't you drop off your bags first and I'll bring them inside to the foyer. Oh, what has happened here? You seem to have damaged your vehicle. Something happened on the way up? And Leo kind of smiles grimly and says, yeah, there was a log in the road. Went to pull it out of the way. The winch broke and went through the windshield. I was hoping to call insurance. And Ergel says, well, there is no cell phone signal here. You'll need to use the house line, but it should work. You know how to use a rotary phone? And Leo looks taken aback. He says, yeah. Not use a rotary phone. and you can tell Jason that he thinks he knows how to use a rotary phone. It's been a hot minute. He said, "That's all you get? You got a rotary phone?" And Aragorn says, "Oh yeah, we have one phone. It's in the foyer by the stairs. This is technology purge retreat. So there's no internet, there's no cell phone towers out here. You're free from all of that technology, those vibrations or radiation, the 5Gs. They can't hurt you here. Oh, but there's plenty to do. These woods and the lake, they are owned by the Durst family. You can fish without license. You can hunt. It's fine. If you do go hunting, let everyone know so they know not to wander out there and get shot. Be hard to explain that one.
All right.
And he just kind of like, he's just smiling and kind of getting everybody's bags and just bringing them inside.
Yeah. Hey, is there a bar in there?
Well, there is a sitting room. Just through those doors right there.
And I think Art's kind of following behind. And where's our rooms? We've been driving for a while.
Well, Mr. Vasily von Holtz is a very take-action man, so it's first come, first serve. I would hustle if I were you, sir.
Upstairs?
The best rooms go quickly. Yes.
All right, yeah, he'll...
So you should just, like, automatically climb stairs as you come to them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess as we arrive, Anne would probably, like, said hi to Arthur and Robin, and then I guess go with them to try and pick a room.
Yeah.
Door seems to be locked.
All right, so Aragorn comes back outside because like Wayne, we're gonna assume like you're kind of the last one to get there, and then he says, there we are, 10 people. Well, lion and a dog, that's cool too. And he extends a hand in a big American handshake, and he says, "Greetings, I am Aragorn, the caretaker of this property." Mr. Vasily von Holtz said to expect you. You are, let's see, Wayne Larson. Like John Wayne. I love those movies.
Yeah, my dad did too. That's hence the moniker. Actually, Dunbar and I want to take him to do his business real quick. He wanted to sleep in the car still when we were at the gas station.
Oh, certainly. Just keep a close eye on him. There's a lot of bears this time of year.
Oh no, we don't do off leash. It's fine. Do you have like an outside trash or anything, like locked up or what have you? I brought bags for his.
There's a shed along the side of the house here. He
Okay.
points over here.
Great. We'll head that direction and see what we're doing. I'll bring my bag in. I'll just leave it in the car. I'll be back in a sec after we're done. But thanks for the heads up about the bears. Good to know. And we'll wander in that direction. Dunbar just sort of trotting along, looking for smells, looking for the right spot to pee.
All right. So, as you guys are exploring the house, it is opulent. It is decorated like it's a mansion, essentially. It is very, very fancy. Everything is extremely well cared for. Everything is extremely rich. Like, you could probably steal a door knocker from this place and take it to a pawn shop for a couple $100. Like, everything here is very, very fancy. As you are exploring the house, you're realizing that while it is fancy, it is also dated. There seems to be only one bathroom, and it is up on the second floor. There are a number of very fancy bedrooms on the second floor, but doing a quick head count, you know that that is not enough for everyone to have a place to sleep.
I'll turn to Dan and ask if he wants to. He'll turn to Dan and then also turn to try and find Art. It says, "Hey, Uncle Arthur. I think Dan can stay in the room with you. I'll stay with Robin."
Yeah, Art will nod and point to the bed, and he'll say, "I mean, it's big enough for two, I guess."
You okay with She'll turn to Dan and say, "You okay with staying with Uncle Art?"
Well, yeah, I mean, this sure beats camping. I thought when you said we were staying up in the woods, we were going to be in like a log cabin or something. This is some kind of like Sense and Sensibility like mansion or something like.
Well, that's happens when you're dealing with the entertainment business, I guess.
I mean, look at this, man. There's suits of armor. There's actual just suits of armor on display. Like, that's crazy. All this is just up here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, rich people.
You hear a chuckle from Aragorn as he walks upstairs, and he says, "Rich people indeed. They have such eccentric taste. I do ask that while you're staying here, you take care to treat everything well. The masters of the house, the Durst family, they have a sizable collection of books, and there are areas of the house that are off limits, as per their Airbnb contract. So please do not go opening doors that you find locked."
All right, no problem.
Now, if you're looking for more seating arrangement, or I should say sleeping arrangements, there are some rooms up in the attic as well.
Art will just kind of nod, and I think we've got ours situated. He quickly beats it back to the room he's going to be in so nobody steals it.
Oh, fair. But I can't recommend the attic for anyone that might have some allergies to mold. We are still having it treated. We had a very wet summer season, so it seems to have exacerbated the mold situation. My apologies. I know it is awkward to have only 3 bedrooms with so many people in oversights, to be sure. Let me go out to the shed and see if I can find some way to make this right. I'll bring in some other furniture I have. And he kind of hustles out.
I think
Robin turns to you and says, "Okay, that's weird, right? Why would they have such a huge mansion in the middle of nowhere? They knew 10 people were coming. They only have 3 bedrooms, but they have a ballroom and a library the size of 3 bedrooms."
Yeah, Art's gonna shake his head. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, this is very, very weird. I mean, certainly not for people to stay at something like this. You know, if you were just living here and expecting, I don't know, company to come into the ballroom or something, but then leave, maybe." But he just kind of shakes his head. he'll yell out into the hallway like over to Anne. He's gonna say, "I didn't know you were coming, Anne. What are you doing here?"
Well, we were trying to celebrate for me winning Ninja Warrior and Dan here getting accepted into college, but we were planning to do it on a vacation, and then Robin told me that you were coming to this retreat. She said, "Oh, might be fun to have some family come along." So we said, we'll come along too. I didn't realize that I was going to run into other people I knew here too. And she like eyes like motions to Jason.
Hey, I'm as much as surprised as you are.
Small world.
Yeah, small accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too.
So, Ergol comes back in about 15, 20 minutes or so, and he has a number of like cots that he sets up in the ballroom. And blankets and linens and all that kind of stuff. And it's nice, but it's like it's at odds with the rest of the place. It's like it's the most like slipshod solution to the problem. Like, so you've got this opulent manor, and then in this big empty ballroom with this gorgeous parquet floor, there's just like 8 cots laid out.
Mm.
I mean, that seems like more cots than we need.
Well, yeah, when you say that, Aragorn says, I suppose, I just thought that they would give you some options, in case you felt bad having a fancy bed when everyone else didn't, and this is all the cots I had, so... Listen, it's your hero weekend, I will make this right for you. I live down the mountain a bit, I will pull some strings, and I will make sure in the morning my brothers and I would bring you out some better arrangements for the night. Just one night should be fine. Very sorry. It's complete oversight on my part. I was going to bring the beds down from the attic, but they got the mold situation, so it's very complicated.
All right, well, I guess it is what it is.
And when did you say Vasily would be here?
Oh, Mr. Von Holtz is going to be here. This is Friday. You're here. He's coming, I believe, Sunday. He is very eager to meet with you. He's been watching you for quite a while and is very curious about you and the opportunities that you might have together.
Art's just kind of nodding along, trying to hide maybe a little bit like just the, oh fuck, we've got like 2 days of this kind of thing. But
now, there's no TV, but there's plenty of books to read, and there's the shed out back if you want to go fishing or hunting. There is hiking you could do. There is a larder downstairs that has been recently stocked. You can cook for yourself. There's kitchen down in basement. Yes, I think it'll be nice for you. Huh? This is a great chance to get back to the old way of doing things. Huh? There's no Ubers, there's no fast eats, get the grubs. There's none of that. Here you just live. Huh?
He mentions all that, and stomach grumbles. So just, okay. Hey Dan, you want to eat? You want to see if we can find something to eat? It's been traveling all day. Hey,
Yeah.
And she's gonna turn and see the person sitting next to the piano and says, "Hey, you, hey, little guy, is this yours? Is he with you?
Yeah, that's Dunbar. Hey, I'm Wayne. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Ann. This is my little bro over here, Dan. Or I gotta stop. You're not a little kid anymore. I gotta stop introducing you.
Well, no, I mean maybe he's shy. Hey, Wayne will stop playing the piano. He'll get up and walk over, and he'll extend a hand to you, Anne.
And she gives you a handshake. Says,
Shakes your hand and walks over to Dan. Extends the same courtesy.
same thing.
Nice to meet you both.
Anybody else hungry?
Yeah, Art's gonna walk into the room and as you ask that, he's just gonna say, "I was getting ready to head down to the kitchen. Anybody want to go make some food with me?"
Well, it sounds like you have it all figured out. Again, I've got to be going. Food is in the cellar. Any room that is not locked, feel free to enjoy yourselves. Please stay out of locked areas and the attic. Again, don't want anyone getting hurt. I'll be back in the morning with my brothers, and we will have more furniture. We will get all of this sorted out. Don't you worry. And then when Mr. Von Holtz gets here on Sunday, you tell him that Ergol did a great job making sure that you had all your amenities taken care of, huh?
Eric, a quick question. Before you go, you mentioned that there was one could go hunting on the property. This is sort of an odd question, but there isn't like a range on the property, like or a place to for a proper backstop or anything.
Oh, yes, there are some gardens out the back. There's back by the tree line. You'll find some old targets. Mr. Durst was quite a fan of hunting.
Okay. I just wasn't. I didn't know if there was a place that was set up to kind of a little bit more safe for target practice, that sort of
When
thing.
you're this far from everything, everything is safe and nothing is safe.
Yeah. Plus, a bullet can travel pretty far if it skips or something. So
Right. So
I don't.
that's why you don't need to worry. You're all alone up here. There's no neighbors for miles and miles.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll be safe.
Of course, of course. Well, I'll be seeing you again. I have no doubt of that.
Before he leaves, is it obvious how to get into the basement cellar from here? Or...
Oh, it's a great question. What would be the best way for you to go to get there? You see him kind of thinking, what would be the best way for you guys to get there? I see, Chris, you're down in the basement. How'd you get to the basement?
Chris, he sneaked away from Henry.
Yeah.
And just rummaging for any kind of liquor stores in this place.
Right.
And he just happened to find a cellar, so he just figured out, they'd probably keep booze in the cellar. And then he ended up in the kitchen. And now he's searching through these barrels
Did you end up there by going through the shed?
Yeah, I went through the shed.
Oh, my bad. That's the wrong spot. I'll fix that real quick.
Oh, my bad.
No. That's on me. That's on me. Let's see. No. Ergol says, that's right. Yeah. I need to unlock it. And he heads in here, and you see him pull a key out of his pocket, or a ring of keys, and he futzes with this. And he says, there, you should be able to get down to the kitchens now. All right. Enjoy. I'll see you again. Sure.
Art heads on down to the very quaint kitchen.
Yeah, it's probably a tight fit down there.
no, the shed stairs were right. Okay, man, I'm so good.
Art will kind of exploring to try to get the lay of the land down here. We'll open this and find Chris back in this. Maybe the kind of is this what like kind of a wine cellar in here?
Yeah.
Pantry?
It's got wine and interestingly enough, ale and mead, which is like very Renaissance festival.
Yeah, you
Eh,
see
eh,
Chris kind of like as you're walking through the door, he's like running through each of the barrels. And he's like, "No, no bourbon. What mead? What?"
And walks in, sees what's here, and just immediately 180 turns around and leaves.
Art does kind of like a pan of it and just kind of. I don't think this is the room I need to be in. But he'll kind of spot these stairs and kind of walk over to them and see what
yeah,
like
they lead into a shed, like a tool shed. It is full of stuff for groundskeeping and managing the property.
He'll kind of. I think there's like a door here, so he's kind of.
I think I found the storage pantries.
Yeah, and so despite the illustrations, the pantries are full of just normal, like modern day staples. So jars of peanut butter, like jars of jelly, bags of bread, the things that you would need to make yourself food.
Dude, is there like a actual like freezer with meat and stuff like that, or is it like dried?
Yeah. Well, treat this one as if it was
Okay,
the walk-in, as it were.
okay.
Hey, you. Hey, hey, you.
Yes.
Have you seen like a jug or some kind of pitcher around here? I don't know. Am I just supposed to grab a whole barrel of mead?
Oh no, I think there's some cups right here.
Chris grabs the biggest cup and goes about his business.
Ugh.
Art will get busy cooking some kind of meal.
Okay. So worth mentioning, as you are kind of going around in the walk-in, you see that there are lots of cuts of like fresh meat as well. So there's meat, there's fish, so there's beef, poultry, fish, and other sort of things that would require being chilled and cooled. Um, there doesn't seem to be like a deep freeze though, just like a walk-in like cooler situation.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like vegetables and that kind of stuff as well, or like
Now
what?
for
Over here.
theme, all of these sconces are just the those LEDs that look like torches. It's a little chintzy, honestly. It looks a little hokey.
It's like plastic fire.
As Wayne, as you head down the stairs, Dunbar stays at the top of the stairs and seems nervous about going down, even though there are like there's food down here, but he does seem to kind of like his hackles are up a bit, and he's like peering down the stairs cautiously.
What? What is it? Come on. You were fine upstairs. What's different about this room? Come on.
He just kind of like whines a little bit and does that "you should come up the stairs with me" body language. As Jason walks past him, he is spooked, and he jumps a little bit. A little bit of pee comes out.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I didn't mean to startle you.
No. You're fine. It's just a strange place. He's gonna give me 1 second. Wynn's gonna go looking for like paper towels and some like cleaning supplies.
Sure. Upstairs, Chris, you find Henry in the sitting room, and Henry says, "Hey, there you are. You wandered off. Hey, how many people are here on this tour again?"
I don't know. I don't know, brother. I've seen quite a few, but look what I found. And he shows Henry the barrel of mead with the giant cup. We could split this.
Well, I was kind of worried that there weren't going to be any ladies here this weekend, but I was chatting on one while you were wandering around. She looked real good.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
You seen the lady with the long black hair?
I don't know, man. I don't think
Yeah,
you
we
know.
were having a
I ain't really
conversation,
looking at that
and
right
then,
now.
and then I turned around for a minute. I looked back, and she had wandered off. So I kind of looking around for her.
How long was her here?
Oh man,
Did she come in
past
with
her
us?
shoulders. No, I didn't see her outside. You don't think she's lost? It's like there's a groundskeeper and a housekeeper, maybe.
I mean, for a house this nice, I wouldn't be too. I wouldn't be too shocked. Probably some kind of. Someone's got to keep it clean, you know.
Huh. But did Erigol say there was going to be a person staying with us?
I wasn't. I was really paying attention, man.
Kind of zoning out. Okay. All right. Huh. Oh yeah, pass some of that over here. All right. So Wayne, give me a handle animals. I guess this is the first roll of the campaign. Oh wow. Okay. He is just a mess. You are not able to calm him down. He refuses to go down to the basement. Instead, just kind of turning and heading back up to the dining room where he just kind of sits by the little fireplace.
Okay, it's gonna be like that. All right. Hey, does do you need help cooking, or it seems you got it pretty well handled. I offer to help out, but my dog's being weird. Um, I hate to not lend a hand.
Art will just kind of wave over. He's like, "Not a problem. He'll just. I mean, this is a pretty big kitchen, and I'll whip something up in here."
Okay. Have you seen any? This is sort of odd, but have you seen any carrots or ranch or maybe some like a jar of peanut butter or something?
Has Art seen any of that?
Yes, that was with the dry goods.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll point you over to where like that stuff is.
Okay. Wayne will put away the cleaning solution, throw away the paper towels, and he'll grab a spoon and some peanut butter, jar of peanut butter that's fresh,
Yeah,
unopened, and head back up and see if he can't get Dunbar to calm down.
Okay. And you and Robin are looking at this incredible like ballroom with its parquet floor and its plush sofas and beautiful floral arrangements and everything. It seems impractical that they would maintain these sorts of like flower arrangements this late in the tourist season at a place so incredibly remote. But they are not fake. They're all real flowers.
Rich people.
And Robin says, I'm glad you could come. I didn't know how I was going to make it through the weekend with Dad by myself. I feel kind of bad, but like I followed up with that Erigol guy and asked if we could bring 2 more people, and now we got like a situation with the beds and stuff. I feel kind of responsible.
Don't worry about it. I'm glad to help, and it's good seeing you. And I know Dan really liked Uncle Art, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a kick out of this too. So
All
I mean,
right.
his magic tricks and stuff like that. Sorry.
I just wish the house wasn't so weird. Like, I want to have a good time, but it just everything about it feels off.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of like wealthy eccentrics out there. Of course, it feels weird. Just, you know, we'll be here for a couple days. Just, you know, take advantage of it, and
Yeah.
once we leave, we'll just we'll turn around and say see you around to the house.
Here's my take on it. I'll sleep on one of these cots. That's a small price to pay to feel like I'm living in a mansion the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go down and see if Dad needs help.
All right.
The food.
I'm gonna probably do a little bit of workout while I'm here. Seems like a good space.
All right. So peanut butter seems to be the solution. Dunbar is your friend again and is enjoying the peanut butter. Chris and Henry, you guys are having some shots. Dan looks left, he looks right, doesn't see Anne around. He kind of taps an empty glass as if he would like some as well.
Yeah, Chris would have offered them. You boys want some of this meat? It's actually not that bad.
Like a Viking, Dan says.
I mean, I don't know what they make meat out of, but it feels pretty good going down.
Yeah, pass it over here. I'm a man that likes to drink.
Yeah, I'll pour him a glass.
Leo eyes Dan the man and says, Dan the man, huh? Okay, yeah. Pass me a glass too.
And then Chris will notice the bad cut on Leo and be like, "What happened to you?"
We had a run in with a fallen tree. You might have seen the leftovers on your way up the mountain, but we were trying to pull it out of the road, and the winch on my SUV it snapped back. It shattered the windshield.
Man, you gotta clean that up. It's gonna get infected. You can't just let that.
No, I squirted some hand sanitizer on it.
All right.
What are you, a doctor or something? Like Dr. Cowboy?
I'm no doctor, but I could stitch you up.
You think it needs stitches?
Chris will inspect the cut and see how bad it is.
Yeah, sure. Give me a medicine check. The cut is, from what you could tell, pretty superficial.
Oh,
Like he had a piece of glass in there, but it was just a little piece, like in the surface. Just how a forehead cut will bleed real bad,
gotcha.
even if it's not too bad. Yeah.
Oh shoot! It just looked a lot worse than it was. You gotta wipe that blood off. And Chris will kind of pull out of a handkerchief and he'll spit on it and he'll just try and rub it off.
I saw a bathroom upstairs. I'm gonna head upstairs.
All right, man.
Hey, Ann, you seen Jason?
Jason? No. Maybe he's still upstairs.
So the camera cuts to Jason upstairs. Jason, you're in this vast library. There is a tremendous amount of books here, as well as a globe. But the globe seems wrong. Like it seems to be showing either an outdated map of the world or a fictional map of the world.
All right. Is there? I guess I'd spin the globe and see if there's like a printed date on it, made by date.
There is some writing listing major cities and states and countries, but it seems to be in a language you've never seen before.
Looking at the
footsteps behind you, and see that Anne has walked into the library.
Hey, Crash. Can you allow me to place cameras so I can? I don't have to move Anne.
Okay.
I've been using Anne as a cameraman.
So Anne's not everywhere at once.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll fix that. So yeah, the globe is very strange. And as you look, there are books in English, but there also are just unlabeled books. There are books in that seem to be in weird ancient alphabets and foreign languages. There
They're
are
not like for show books.
no. These are like real deal books and tomes and scrolls and maps. It's very strange.
Kind of pulling one of the books out and kind of flipping through it. Is there uh, like is it organized in any way? This library, like by theme or alphabetized?
It does not seem to be. And the book you kind of reach for and pull off the shelf is a copy of The Art of War. It seems to be an ancient copy, but it's in excellent shape.
Oh, carefully we place it on the shelf, sliding it in next to the other spines.
Now, you do notice when you look above the fireplace that there is a painting, and the painting seems to be of an old-timey, like maybe Victorian era um, family portrait. There is a man, a woman, and 2 children.
Is there a plaque or uh, nameplate labeling underneath the picture?
Yes. So you kind of go and study it, and um, on the little plaque at the bottom, it says Durst family. Here's so it depicts a man and a woman who look like a husband and wife situation. There are 2 children, a short, chubby boy and a tall, thin girl. And the man is holding what looks like a baby boy, but the woman doesn't seem too happy about the baby boy. That's kind of your takeaway in the picture.
All right, I kind of that's a strange, unhappy photo to be placing above your
Oh, that's the
library.
crazy part. It's like a straight up like oil painting. Like this would have taken a lot of time and money to have commissioned. So, downstairs, Dunbar is barking at this window here. And he's kind of hitting the window, barking at it. He runs up to you, Wayne, and then he runs for the front door.
Hey, Dunbar, come back.
And he's kind of scratching at the front door.
What's up?
And then he realizes that he could maybe get to the outside by going this way. So he runs into the ballroom, skitters on the floor, and he runs outside.
Shit, come back, Dunbar.
All right, and so you kind of see him out the windows as he's like running through the garden, like jumping and leaping and running. And he's making happy bjorking and woofing sounds.
Dunbar, come on back, buddy. What's got you so riled up?
He stops and he turns and he bjorks again, and then you see that there is a young boy and a young girl. They are dressed in, dare I say, Renaissance Festival costumes. They look like they could be related to that erode guy, maybe. And they kind of like look over at you, and Dunbar kind of hesitantly approaches them. And the boy goes to pet Dunbar, but the girl says, "Hold on, you have to ask permission first. You don't want the dog to bite you." And she says, "Sir, can my brother pet your dog?"
Yeah, that Dunbar's super friendly.
The boy says, "See, super friendly." And then he starts petting Dunbar. Dunbar's just like loving it, getting belly rubs and all that jazz.
Didn't see you here earlier. Are you here with some of the others? I didn't realize anyone was bringing their kids.
Oh, we're definitely here with others.
Like you just drove up, or are you here with Erode? Like, are you?
Eric.
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
Oh, there is a groundskeeper. Yes, to keep the grounds. And the boy says, "Yeah, father keeps servants to take care of things because there's so much. Because it's a lot of work. But that's why we have a housekeeper and a cook and a groundskeeper. And mother, she never likes to do housework."
So are you the Durst's then?
They look at each other and say at the same time, "Yeah."
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you guys were here. I thought usually when the house gets rented out on Airbnb, the owners aren't there. Do you have like a guest house or something you're staying at?
They both look at each other and say, "Oh, thank you for letting us pet your dog, mister.
Yeah,
But
sure, no problem.
I think we have to head home."
Well, where's home? I mean, it's kind of getting late and there are bears around, according to the groundskeeper.
The little boy points behind you.
Okay. Yeah, lead on.
So
Just to make sure you guys get home safe.
as you turn back to say "lead on," the children are not there.
What the fuck? All right, I haven't had any mushrooms. What the hell is going on?
Dunbar is sniffing all over the place, trying to find the kids.
Am I imagining those guys were there, right, buddy?
He bjorks.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he just starts sniffing along the side of the house.
What the hell?
So you guys hear and see Dunbar out the window as you were all just sitting there sipping mead, staring into the fire. And what kind of conversation are Henry, Chris, Jason, and Dan having? Walk me through some small talk that might be occurring.
Oh,
So Chris isn't really into conversation.
Oh yeah,
Like he's happy other people are drinking with him,
yeah.
and he answers like any questions, but he's pretty short with his answers. And I'm sure Henry's kind of like, as Chris like gives like an awkward answer, Henry just kind of like carries it to make it seem not awkward.
Dan is doing his best job to look like really cool.
Yeah.
He's just kind of he's like listening, like. Whoa! Did you hear that?
Yeah. What was that?
Sorry, that's my cat just decided.
Oh, okay.
Sounded like a parrot.
Man, I was spooked for a second. I was.
Bats that got stuck somewhere.
So Leo comes back in and he is all wet. And he says, "Hey, sorry it took so long. I figured, got all sweaty, cut up. Might as well just, rinse off. Got some spider bites. There was some. I don't think I mentioned that there were some spiders. That came out of that tree. Like a lot of spiders. Like the most spiders I'd ever seen in my life. Like National Geographic swarm of spiders coming out of that tree. It was crazy. I don't know how your sister kept it together." He points to Dan. And Dan says, "She's real tough."
Oh well. What kind of spiders were they?
Brown spiders.
Oh.
Did you see Jason? You were outside the SUV. Did you see him? Like,
Yeah, some. They, I don't know, like pretty large for a wolf spider.
Leo looks left. He looks right, and he goes and he closes the door, and he says, "Hey, I don't want to cause any trouble, but have you guys met the housekeeper? Like, what a fox." So I don't know. I just had the urge to kind of like rinse off, right? So I took a full-on bath, was rinsing off and everything, but I didn't have any towels. So I'm standing there, ass naked, dripping all over the floor, and this beautiful girl comes in, just raven hair, the whole deal, and she just had some towels. She had a warm towel for my face and a dry towel for my body. I was a little embarrassed, but nothing to be embarrassed about, if you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I mean, I tried to chat her up, but she was real quiet.
I don't remember seeing a housekeeper. We saw the groundskeeper.
Okay. That's weird. I mean, I saw her. She gave me a hot towel. Like, and Henry says, "No, I saw her. I was talking to her earlier when I was getting unpacked. She was real sweet." I didn't catch her name though. Did you catch her name? And Leo kind of shrugs.
Hey, this is sort of an odd question, but have you guys seen any kids roaming around the property?
Now we were just talking about the housekeeper. You talking about kids? Maybe the housekeeper's got kids.
I don't know. They said they lived here, so I don't think Durstes are here. Maybe it's weird. Just
Wait, why would the Durstes be here on the
I
property?
don't know. They're supposed to be renting it out. That's what I asked the kids that I saw, but it was like this chubby little dude and maybe and his older sister. They got Dunbar all riled up, and yeah, they were just outside, and they were there 1 second and gone the next. I don't know if maybe they ran by the windows. You saw them or anything?
Was the girl tall?
Yeah.
There was I don't know if this is the same housekeeper, but upstairs in the library there was a kind of an oil painting of the family. Well, quite dated though. Like maybe a collector's piece.
I mean, anything could be made to look period or whatever, but no, they were just out back. I was thinking to myself, like with the groundskeepers mentioned like being able to go hunt and shoot whatnot. I was like, I don't need kids running around doing target practice or something, but you didn't see him, huh? All right.
So how's it going down in the kitchen, Art?
Well, Art will have pulled together as much food as he could have in this time. If I don't know if Robin's helping him, probably some like how identifiable was all the meat in the pantry?
I mean, like if you have like proficiency in cooks utensils, you would know for sure what it is. But you're confident that it's beef, chicken, and
Yeah,
some
like
kind of white fish.
yeah, like I think if there's like a chicken, something that certainly looks poultry esque,
Yeah, yeah.
he would definitely like that's probably what he would go for. And I don't know, looking for like some kind of vegetable or something to make with it, and you know, just yeah, he's
Robin, who usually likes cooking quite a bit, is frustrated because she can't access her allrecipes.com account.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps reaching for her phone and then kind of cussing a little bit because she can't actually get any of the recipes that she wants to cook or check any of the stuff or check the internal temperature of the meats or like she keeps saying like a robot, like what is the such and such, only to have there not be any a robots around to answer her question. And she just finally says, how are you even doing this? How you how you just know what to put in and what not to put in?
He's like I think he's like maybe doing some spices or something, kind of looks over and just kind of says, I've been doing this, I don't know, 50 some odd years. You know it eventually. He kind of taps his forehead and he's like, it's a steel trap. Remember all sorts of things.
Well, hopefully the steel trap remembers how to make something good because I'm starving. And we're cooking for what, 10 people? 9 and a dog?
Yeah, I think the dog shouldn't be that picky. If it, as long as there's no bones, it'll take some of that chicken or something. Peanut butter. You're right. And he'll kind of say, okay, this could be. I can be your robot here. Let's see. He'll actually start like maybe directing a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like trying to maybe give a little bit of direction. Like I don't think he's an amazing cook, but like he's just done it enough at this point. Like he can at least do some basic kitchen things.
Yeah, so again, Wayne, Dunbar does not want to go down into the kitchen. Even though you're smelling like the delicious chicken dish that they are preparing down there. He wants to get the chicken, but he doesn't want to go down to the base.
What's wrong, buddy? Come on. You love chicken. Come on.
He whines.
Would you do it for peanut butter? A little bit of peanut butter on the spoon?
All right, you may try a new handle animals check. Okay, for peanut butter, he'll come down to the kitchen.
There we go. Come on. Let's go sit at the end. Come on.
As you go to walk that particular way, he kind of pulls on your pant leg and pulls you back towards the stairs, and then he pulls you this way.
Okay, what? You want to get?
He's definitely skittish. He's like an animal that thinks they're in trouble. He's just kind of got his back is hunched, and he just looks so nervous.
What is with you?
Robin says, "Your dog okay?"
No, he's being kind of weird. Normally he's all about food, really super food motivated.
Yeah. Or well, maybe there's like a piece of chicken kind of like done. He'll kind of like he'll maybe kind of grab it off and walk over and kind of lean it down and offer it to the dog.
Yeah, I mean if you know beagles, he inhales it immediately. Yeah, just like a vacuum cleaner.
Watch your fingers.
And he seems pretty happy about that, and he seems to kind of calm down a little bit.
Art will look over Robin and say, "Well, at least the dog approves so far. We'll see how everybody else does."
No offense, he's not a picky eater. I'm Wayne, by the way. I don't think we were formally introduced.
Art.
Nice to meet you. And I'm Wayne. And you are?
Oh, Robin.
Nice to meet you.
Robin Keller.
Wayne's going to turn back to Dunbar and
Are
he's
you
gonna,
an actor?
yeah.
Were you in the Power Rangers reboot?
Technically, I wasn't. I auditioned for one of the leads, but didn't get it.
Oh, they
But
gave it to that guy from Stranger Things, that Billy guy. Oof. Oh my goodness.
But I was I did have some supporting work in that.
My dad used to be in television.
Ancient history.
I mean, not that ancient.
She begins to hum the theme song from your TV show.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's the medium guy, right?
Yeah, Art Keller, psychic detective. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Psychic detective. Sorry.
Art'll just kind of look over and be like, "No, it's okay. I knew you would say that," and turns back to cooking.
Oh, of course.
He'll look back over his shoulder and be like, "So, working on the acting stuff. Are you here for the agent as well?"
Yeah. Vasily, he's been a big help. It's not confirmed yet, but he's got me in the running for a pretty big role for something that AMC's developing. So, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that spending some time up here, I can get into the right mind space and really clinch the last round of auditions.
Oh yeah. So he's actually got you lined up for something. Maybe you've been working with him long.
No, it's been kind of hit or miss. I figured I should try something different. I've been taking classes and taking what comes my way, but nothing seemed to really stick or didn't seem right. So I figured, try a different agent. And hey, he's got the hookup. I mean, this could be big.
And you hear the dripping of water from the foyer while you're working out in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a lot of water is dripping.
What? Is there a leak?
I guess you guys in the den would maybe hear it, depending on how loud conversation was.
And so in the den where the stairs are.
Yeah, well, yeah, this area right here, the main hall, the entryway.
I have to look out.
Yeah, it's dribbling down from the second story balcony.
What?
Yeah.
I'll stand and look up and see.
Yeah,
Hey.
there's definitely
Hey.
some kind of water flow going on.
Did someone leave the water on? Yeah.
Leo rushes out into the hallway, and he kind of runs over, and then the water, which is spreading rapidly on this like marble floor, he slipped. He hit his head pretty hard on the ground when he falls down.
Oh, can I? Hey, what? You okay? I'll help him up.
Yeah. You help him up, and he's like rubbing the back of his head. He says, "Ah, damn. No, I turned the water off for sure. I took a little soak earlier to rinse off from the drive. Oh man, it's really coming down."
Yeah, let's go up there and I gotta check.
Okay. Yeah, you guys hear the dribbling of water coming from the bathroom down the hall. Leo calls down and says, "Hey, Jason, I'm checking on the bathroom."
No, call back up. Yeah, see where it's leaked into the foyer. I'll look to see if I can grab some rags.
Yeah.
Oh
She'll come.
shoot! So you keep drawing on accident when you hit Q, because like I
Yeah.
have this mod installed now
Yeah,
that you can
it's the Ripper
move and
mod that
draw.
makes you yeah, I
Yeah, I'm
know.
drawing that. I'll have to change the hotkeys out.
Yeah.
As you look in the bathroom, you can see that the bathtub is empty. There's no water and there's no water running.
Did it look like the water was coming from the bathroom when we got up here?
No. It sounded like it was coming from the bathroom. But when you step back into this hallway, everything is dry.
I turn to Leo and say, "Wait, there was just a bunch of water here, wasn't there?"
Well, yeah, I slipped in it, nearly cracked my skull.
Uh,
And right about that point, dinner will be ready.
Yeah, I think he's got this pan-seared chicken. Maybe did kind of a little gravy kind of thing with it.
Nice.
Some I don't know, broccoli or asparagus or something on the side, and he'll kind of start dishing it out into plates and serving bowls, and maybe ask Robin and Wayne to help
Will you
carry
guys
it
be eating
upstairs.
in the dining room?
Yeah.
All right.
Before you guys,
Well, Art,
get the lights up,
let's do like a
there's
buffet or something. Like bring the dishes up and everybody can serve themselves.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. I'll teleport you all to the dining room. Do you go to the dining room, Chris?
It's one of those situations where Chris doesn't want to go, but Henry's kind of like, "Come on, man," and gets him over there.
All right.
And yeah, like as Art comes up the stairs and into this room, like he'll kind of yell, just like "dinner served" out, to whoever can hear throughout the house.
Nice. Jason, mop and bucket in hand, you head back into the entry hall, and there is no water. There is, however, a blood stain on the white marble.
that must be where Leo fell. I guess seeing Anne come down the steps. Did you guys turn off the wake?
no, when we got there, it was everything was dry. But like, I could have. I'm almost certain that it was wet. Yeah, Leo here slipped on it.
And as he he touches the back of his head, he pulls it away, and his fingers are moist with a little bit of blood.
You first
You should be a little careful there, Leo.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd say I was in some kind of Final Destination movie. It feels like today's really trying to take me out.
No, is anybody? I mean,
Hey, I know. Dr. Cowboy. I got another scrape. You take a look at it?
Chris looks up from his plate. He hasn't eaten anything, but he's kind of like pushing stuff around with his fork. And he's like, I told you I wasn't no doctor.
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I mean, can you take a look at it? It's bleeding. You think I got a concussion or something?
Oh, yeah, sure, man. Chris will get up and go and check the back of his head.
All right. It starts to get dark as the sun kind of sinks into the horizon. The afternoon went way faster than you expected it to. You could have sworn you had hours of daylight left.
You want another medicine?
Yeah, go for it. Hard to say. It seems like another superficial injury, but like this guy is a real klutz.
Yeah. While Leo's looking away, Chris kind of like pulls out his handkerchief and he spits on it a bit, and he starts wiping the back of Leo's head. He's like, it ain't that bad, man.
All right. Yeah. Jason, what a day. So we drawing straws for the real beds, or is everybody taking a cot in solidarity?
Wait, what?
Well, the Aragorn guy brought some cots before he left. It's like in the ballroom. I mean, there's 3 real fancy beds, but there's also, like cots.
Art's going to just kind of look up and he'll just say, everyone else can do what they want. My back needs a real bed, and I've already got my stuff up in that room.
Okay, I guess that's where it solves it. How big are the beds?
They're what, queens?
Yeah, they look like queen size beds.
Probably enough for.
Arnold,
2 people. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if people want to double up, I mean, honestly, I don't care. I mean, the couches in the sitting room look a little weird, but maybe work.
Nah, look here. Some of you guys, you could take the bed that me and Henry had. We could manage on cots. It'll be better than what we've had before.
You wanna bunk up, Robin?
He says, yeah, sure.
All right.
I mean, I don't mind taking a cot. And Dunbar doesn't take up much room, so he can chill wherever.
Well, we should definitely give Leo a bed. That if that man sleeps in a cot, he might break his leg.
What?
Leo chuckles and says, the way today's going, maybe.
What? I don't understand. Why is Dr. Doom and Gloom over there saying you're going to break your leg?
I've been having a bad run of luck. There was an incident with the winch we were using to move the tree, and then I slipped on some water, banged my head on the floor. I don't know.
Well, maybe sleeping isn't the best option. Maybe you need to stay up. I mean, if he's a doctor, I mean, did he check you for a concussion or anything?
Look, man, I said I ain't no doctor.
Well, I didn't hear you, man. Sorry.
Look, he can have the bed. It's fine.
All right.
Leo blushes a little, says, well, I don't want to put anybody out, but, I mean, I'm not going to turn down sleeping in a plush bed versus sleeping in a summer camp cot.
Me and Henry will be up early in the morning to go hunting anyways.
What are you planning to hunt?
Hopefully get us a bull.
Well, a what?
An elk.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, a bull. Okay, bull elk. Gotcha. Okay.
Not like, well, watch out for bears. Keep hearing about bears.
Look,
you
man,
hunt
bears
with?
will only mess with you if you mess with them. Just don't leave your food out.
All right. It starts to rain outside, but if the rain is messing with people's browsers, because it's a big map and all that, I can turn the rain off. We'll just know that there's rain.
Yeah, it
Should I
is for
turn the-
me.
Okay, I'll turn the rain off.
yeah, it's definitely slowed it down.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, I could enjoy the rain at 4 frames per second, no problem.
right. Okay. So yeah, it's getting dark outside. Everybody is tucked in. I think everybody agrees that, after a long day of travel, that just about any food that you prepared, Art, even if it was average food, would be pretty tasty. Dunbar, a huge fan of the food. And that's when Henry says, you think we should have asked the housekeeper if she wanted some food?
Housekeeper?
There's a housekeeper.
What?
Yeah, the housekeeper. Help me out here, Leo. Come on. And the 2 men describe to you a pale, beautiful woman with shoulder-length black hair, dressed in sort of a old-fashioned maid outfit that helped Henry set up unpack and set up the guest room, and brought Leo a towel when he needed one.
I haven't seen Anyone but us here? Entire time here. What was her name?
They both kind of open their mouths and look at each other. I wouldn't. Neither of us caught the name.
I'm guessing Wednesday.
No, today. Leo looks kind of confused since today's Friday, man.
No, Wednesday. Like what you're describing sounds like Wednesday Adams minus the pigtails.
Yeah,
Ah.
Kurt definitely would have chuckled at the other end of the table.
Oh, like that. Okay. Yeah. No. Huh.
I mean, somebody's definitely here. Like I bet Dunbar spotted some children playing out back earlier. Like I think they're the Durst family children. I don't know. Somebody's here.
Aren't those the owners of the house?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I stopped at the gas station on the way up, and the folks that ran it, they said it was the Durst estate that Aragol was the groundskeeper. And the Durst is, typically rent this place out on Airbnb, but I don't know of anyone that puts their property on Airbnb and sticks around. Did anyone see like a guest house on the property? I didn't when we were out back.
The only thing I remember is the shed.
And so, to kind of set the mood for this, as you guys are having this pan-seared chicken that Art has prepared 10 plus servings of in the industrial kitchen in the basement. This dining room is opulent. Wood-paneled walls, mahogany table. All the chairs have sculpted armrest and cushioned seats. Crystal chandelier hanging above the table. The table just has resplendent silverware, crystalware. All of it was like polished to like a movie set level of dazzling. And there is a painting above the fireplace, and there is a fire burning in the fireplace. Though none of you remember putting any wood in the fireplace, and you don't see a place for more wood to put into the fireplace. The wall paneling itself is carved apparently by hand with elegant images of deer hiding amongst trees. And there are red silk drapes covering the windows. And there is a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf. And that is kind of just hanging from the wall, like over here. Yeah, it's very strange. Chris, you notice as you kind of stare at the paneling that the trees have very subtle faces carved into the tree trunks, and that lurking in the shadowy parts of the trees are hungry, ravenous wolves that seem to be hunting the deer. And then everybody just kind of sits there. Dan says, well, thank you, Mr. Keller, for the food. It was really good. I'll try to cook breakfast. I can make pancakes.
Yeah, my pleasure. Pancakes sound good.
Wait. Does anyone know how to make pancakes? I just realized I was going to just look up the recipe.
Oh my goodness.
Pancakes are pretty easy to make.
They're easy, but they're kind of heavy. I mean, if we just want to have something simple that's easy to make for a bunch of folks.
I can go for some pancakes.
Okay.
Maybe. Art, did you see a bunch of eggs? Was there, bacon and whatnot downstairs?
Yeah, in the walk-in cooler, yeah, there was that stuff.
Yeah, I think maybe some oats as well for anybody who wants that kind of thing.
Oh man, oatmeal pancakes. Whew.
The door closes abruptly, as if like a draft kind of blew in from outside and closed the exterior door that was left open and this interior door. They both kind of slam, like one after the other.
What's that?
Through the door, you hear a man and a woman arguing. And the man says, "It's my house. It's my family. I make the rules. You do what you're told. Sure, a small dalliance. I deserve it. What with you becoming so cold and obsessed with your nonsense. What did you expect me to do? And look, it has borne fruit. Something you haven't done in years. Trust me, this is what's best for the family." And then you hear a slap, and the woman says, "Best for the family? Oh, you'll learn what's best for this family. You'll learn." As you two open the door, there's no one there.
What the hell?
Yeah, you heard that, right?
Yeah. Sounded like someone was about to get physical.
Yeah, it looked like a fight was about to start. Sounds like one.
Art's gonna look over at Robin and just be like, "I didn't sign up for shitty dinner theater while I was here."
Do you think that's what it
Don't think
is?
it's dinner theater.
Do you think that Aragorn guy and his brothers are trying to like spook us?
I mean, look around at this place. It's a big, empty house in the middle of nowhere. Fancy stuff. We all got invited out here. We're I mean, who wouldn't take the opportunity to scare the crap out of guests the first night?
So, Jason, you look out the window and you see Anne and Wayne standing at the front door, staring out. You guys, as you look out, you can no longer see like the road. A heavy mist is kind of like rolled in from the lake and just kind of hangs over everything.
Is the wind picking up, or?
There's a light rain and just a heavy fog, like a heavy misty fog clinging to everything.
Art walks over the doors and is kind of looking to see if there's a mechanism to like open and close them with, because it's pretty good theatrics.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Ooh, first roll for me. All right.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, you take a look at the doors and are confident that there's no remote mechanism. There's no trick here. It had to have just been the wind and coincidence.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
I'm gonna say it's about 7:30, 8 p.m.
Man, I don't think the wind blew that hard. Just raining. Plus, I don't think anyone's left since Aragorn did. The door's been closed. I think. This is freaking weird, man.
It is. And then this fog.
Well, it's not the first strange thing that's happened.
Man, I don't think it's going to be the last. Art, does this seem like anything that was tossed around like in a writer's room before? It seems a bit of a stretch for,
Art's
just messing with some people.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like gesture around this foyer and kind of the house in general, and just be like, I mean, this place has a lot of money in it. There could be all sorts of like little hidden devices and things. If somebody really has designed this to be a haunted house experience, there could be all sorts of like. There's probably speakers, I don't know, in the newel post over here, and he'll walk over to the staircase and like to start looking for speakers or anything. Expecting it to be pretty well hidden.
Yeah. So in this main entryway that you're in, there are 4 statues. The statues seem to be of, for lack of a better word, like a bootleg Greek god. Just a resplendent man with like curly locks and a handsome, clean-shaven face, dressed in robes, making sort of the Buddy Christ gesture. And it seems to be the same one over and over and over again, 4 different versions of him.
Hard to walk over to one of them and kind of look at it a little closer to see if, like, does it symbolize anything to him, or is it just like this really weird nondescript person, or like what?
Yeah, I mean, for lack of a better term, it just looks like Apollo, maybe, just like just a perfect, handsome man. But you can tell that there's a vibe to it that like this is important to these people, or was important.
I think Art's going to kind of look over at the rest of the group and be like, I don't know about you, but I have no interest in being part of some joke haunted house. It feels like someone is looking at my past and fucking around. I don't appreciate it.
In between these 2 statues is a resplendent landscape oil painting of a windmill.
Well, it seems like I don't know, an awful lot of trouble just to mess with someone who's. Wait, what?
You guys start to hear what sounds like a baby crying from upstairs. In this open foyer kind of entry hall, you can hear the baby's cries echoing from the upstairs and kind of bouncing around the marble floors and wood-paneled walls of this entry hall.
Does that sound coming?
I believe it's coming from upstairs. I'll go check it out, see what it is.
Art's
Think it's
going
another
to yell.
speaker?
Yeah, Art's going to look at you. He's just going to say, or kind of like yell loudly enough. He's going to say, Robin, let's get out of here. This is not a place we need to stay.
Wait, we're
And
leaving?
He's gonna nod. He's gonna say, "Anne, you can come with us too if you want."
Hey,
Yeah,
wait up.
I'll need a.
You probably don't want to, go someplace by yourself. Hey, can
It's
someone
rain-
watch after my dog?
Art's just gonna say, someone is fucking with all of us. I say let's just get out of here. We've got our cars outside. It's raining, but let's go.
Yeah, right now it's raining. I mean, I don't know if we want to drive down a mountain while it's raining like that.
So
I mean,
upstairs, Wayne and Darby. The sound seems to be coming from down the hall.
This may seem a little paranoid, but this sort of strikes me as a time to implement horror movie rules. So, don't go anywhere alone.
Always better to play it safe.
As you walk past these 2 suits of armor, they look really spooky because everything's kind of dark. So,
You have a light?
you hear you actually see firelight coming from both the rooms up ahead, and you hear a woman trying to hush the baby. As you approach, the baby stops crying. The woman looks over at you. She is pale and has shoulder-length black hair. She's dressed as sort of an old-timey maid, and she has a bundle clutched to her chest. And she says, she looks at you and says, he stopped crying. She's apparently standing like somewhere in near the fire, in this room right here. And don't come any closer. Don't come any closer.
Okay, I won't. I mean, is he settled?
His name is Walter.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't know anyone else was in the home.
My name's Wayne. This is Jason. What's your name?
He stares at you guys. She says, "Are you friends of the Mister or the Mistress?"
We haven't met anybody except for the groundskeeper. We don't know the master or the mistress of the house.
You don't know Mr. Gustav Durst or his wife Elizabeth?
We have not met her.
Then why are you in the house? Are you intruders? Are you burglars? Are you
We're not.
robbers?
No, we're not breaking and entering.
We were invited by maybe a friend of the family. Does the name Vasily von Holtz sound familiar?
No.
Okay. Well, we were invited. We did not break and enter. Just we heard a baby crying all of a sudden. And want to make sure everyone was okay. We didn't realize anybody else was in the
Baby's
house.
fine. The baby is fine. The baby is not moving and has made no noise.
Okay, the baby's fine. Is there a bassinet for the baby? You want to put the baby down?
Bassinet for the baby. Yeah. I'll go get one. I'll just set him down. Can you make sure he doesn't fall off the sofa?
Yeah, we can watch him.
Well, why don't you tell us where the bassinet is? We'll go get it.
It might be upstairs on the 3rd floor. That's where my quarters are. Well, that's where they were. But then Gustav, I mean Mr. Durst, he let me take the guest room, this room, for my own. He fancies me, you see. He favors me.
Wait, is she talking about the attic?
I believe so. We'll just go and get that bassinet. You just wait right here.
I'll stay with her if you want to.
No.
Sure.
Horror movie rules.
Oh, my bad. Her mini's been invisible this whole time. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. She says, all right. Okay. You want to go to the attic then?
I guess that's where the bassinet is.
I'll wait here then, with baby Walter.
With baby Walter, yes.
You've been there long enough, Wayne. You're pretty sure that baby is dead.
Yep.
All right, downstairs.
Bart is trying all the doors.
Robin says, should I go get my stuff? Oh, it's still upstairs. And wait, Dad, it's dark and the weather's bad. You're gonna try to get down that mountain in this? You want me to try to get down this mountain in this?
I'm not getting in a car with the weather like that.
Art tries one of the doors and is reaching from the doors and kind of turns around.
The doors are not opening.
Yeah, they're all locked, and he's just gonna kind of turn and. Fine. Let's go see what all the commotion is then. Like, he definitely doesn't want to, but.
And you turn around, and your bro is just attached to you. Leo says, guess it's you and me, buddy. And he just keeps feeding Dunbar food. Like, amazed that Dunbar could just keep eating. like just giving him whatever he wants. And
He's a
Dunbar is
beagle.
having, yeah, Dunbar's having the best night ever. All right, you guys hear people coming up the stairs.
All right, come on. We're going back downstairs. So hold on, Art. I do not know what's going on, but I just saw the housekeeper in one of the guest rooms, and I'm pretty sure she's got a dead baby in her arms. I think she may have smothered it.
Well, we don't know that
Well,
she's
I heard
it.
crying, and now
Robin
I don't-
just gasps and says, "What?"
I think Art's going to say, you're saying there's someone around the corner?
There's someone back that way. I think we need to stick together. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Jason was there with me. I don't know what's going on. I think we need to take some precautions. Maybe let's go back downstairs, kind of regroup.
Precautions against what? It's all just some kind of...
I don't know. I don't understand why this Lee would invite us, and then this nonsense is going on. I thought the entire point of this was for everyone to be relaxed.
So, Chris, talk to me. What are you doing down in the kitchen by yourself? The dishes?
Yeah, Chris is washing all the dishes, trying to be respectful to the people that
They
made
don't.
him food.
All this money, and they do not have a dishwasher. It's
That's
all
fine.
Doing 10 people's worth of dishes by hand.
Yep.
All right. Takes you back. So you notice all of these adorable fake LED, these fake torch LED lights start to flicker and pop and go out.
What?
And
What?
you get the sense that there is someone down there with you.
Is it like bright enough to see?
I'm gonna say that your eyes are kind of holding on to like the fading light, but in a matter of seconds, it's gonna be very dark.
He pulls out his big lighter
Okay.
from that he uses to light his bar breads, and he's gonna like flicker it on.
Okay. So treat that as like a candle. So we'll do like 10-5 for you. There we go. All right. You hear something fall down over here. Like some stuff falls off the shelf.
Is someone down here? Hello?
Then something falls off the shelf over here.
What is going on? I look to see what fell off down here. Is it just like a bowl or something?
Yeah, so as you are looking at it, it's doing the thing like on Archer, where the ball falls and it just goes womp,
Yep.
womp, 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 womp. So as you're looking at it, you suddenly hear a scream, and then something tries to shove you against the shelves.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be at advantage because you did not see it coming. All right, so 18.
Is that acrobatics opposed?
No, it's just going after your armor class.
Okay, I've got a 14 AC.
Yeah, sorry. So this was an actual shove action. Like they're hurting you. They're slamming you into the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So you take 11 points of force damage.
I'm unconscious.
Oh damn! All right.
Did we hear the scream upstairs?
Oh my gosh, he's all the way down in the basement. I don't, man.
Well, hold on. Old house. Is there a dumbwaiter system that could echo up?
Ooh, per the adventure, there is a dumbwaiter.
Maybe Leo heard it.
Oh, for sure. I think Leo would hear it. Yeah. Dumbwaiter would go from the kitchen to the dining room.
And Dunbar would have heard it.
Okay. So
Probably.
Leo
I
and
mean, a dog.
Dunbar are going to run down to the
Oh
basement
God!
to investigate.
Why did I say anything?
Would Dunbar go to the kitchen?
Oh, yeah. I guess he would run down the stairs, but not go to the kitchen. So Leo would go without you, Dunbar. And he would head into the kitchen. And he would see Chris down on the ground. And I guess he would run over and he'd yell, Dr. Cowboy! And he'd start dragging you towards the stairs. And he would start shouting for help. And at that point, you guys would hear the shouts because you're in that main hallway, right?
Mhm,
And so
mhm.
you would kind of hear it echoing up the stairs.
What was that?
I don't know. Let's go check it out.
Sounds like Leo.
Yeah, it sounded like Leo.
Everybody stick together.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Leo's just shouting from the dining room, "Help! Hey, he's hurt real bad." And as you guys come back downstairs, you notice like most of the lights and fireplaces have gone out.
Are there any obvious
Dan cries a
wounds?
little bit. All right. Oh, also, you guys should probably administer to Chris because I guess for 5th edition D&D, he'd be making death saves and bleeding out right now.
I'm proficient in medicine, so I guess
Okay.
I could try.
Sure.
Anybody else can help me? Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're able to stabilize him.
Hey, what happened?
And Leo just says, we heard a crash. Me and the dog, we ran downstairs. Dog didn't want to go downstairs. I saw him. Like I had my phone, I flashlight. There's no lights down there, and he was like in the corners, like just like the shelf fell on him or something.
At this point, Wayne sort of hops up looking for Dunbar. Dunbar.
Oh, Dunbar is under the table. He pops out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you are, buddy. Come on, you need to sit close to me. All right,
Chris, because we're in like a narrative situation, if you want to spend your hit die over the course of their conversation to kind of come to, you could do that.
I will. Wait, I'm level 0. Do I have to die?
Yeah, you have the 1 hit die.
Okay, yeah, I'll spend
1d8
it.
plus your Constitution.
Now everyone's gonna see my constitution. It's embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing. That's a very respectable Constitution. All right.
My 0.
Okay.
What happened?
That's what
Oh,
we want
my
to know.
head. Oh man, I must have drank too much. Oh, my head is ringing.
As soon as he says that, I let if I'm like holding him up because I was doing medicine on him. As soon as he says that, I let go.
Oh,
I guess he might have just walked into the wall.
What is that? What? Look, I was just downstairs washing dishes. I heard some fall and what? Is there a baby here?
Wayne is going for his duffel at this point.
Sure.
He is getting out the shoulder harness rig that's in there, as well as the 2 revolvers that are stashed.
Yeah, Henry, we gotta get our guns.
Wait, you
What?
brought firearms to a retreat?
I told you we were going hunting in the morning.
You sure you didn't just walk into the wall with drinking so much?
No, man. I think something pushed me. And Chris and Henry run to get their guns.
Okay.
We left them in this room.
Art's gonna look over at Robin and be like, if we're not leaving, I think we just all need to get into like one spot, maybe where all the cots are, like lock it down and just stay in one spot until morning when we can get out of here.
Did anybody hear that baby crying again?
Yep, and
Yeah.
don't let it fool you.
Wait,
That-
wait. Do you know how to shoot those things?
My dad taught me how to shoot, and I've been practicing just a little bit for something for a special role. I know how to use these.
Chris wants to like take in Wayne's measure
Okay.
and see if he's like got that like soldier mentality to him.
So when you take Wayne's measure, he's dressed up in his own interpretation of a cowboy. So he's not wearing like period clothes, but he's wearing a garb that's approximates it, and he's wearing kind of a goofy ass Stetson that's not really appropriate for what he's doing. But what he is wearing is a double shoulder rig, sort of a waist level, and he's got two. He's got a pair of single action army Colt revolvers.
You trying to find some Indians, boy?
No, look, I borrowed these from an armorer friend. I got cast. I'm in the running for a period piece. I figured, we're coming out here. I get in the right headspace, get some practice shooting in. I know how to shoot though. Just this is a little bit different from what I grew up with. It's a post Civil War piece. Okay, it's antebellum South sort of thing. But I know how to shoot. What do you got?
Yes, you see Chris, he kind of has this large case, and he pulls out one of these. It's loading in the chat. Just standard hunting rifle.
For what? Terrorists? There's gonna be terrorists in the hills?
Henry says, I mean, you have to be careful. But that might be a moose. We're pretty close to Canada.
I mean,
You seen a moose? It's like the size of a truck.
yeah. No, I have.
So, like seeing them coming out that side area with guns, and looking them across the thing, and it's like, just saw, we went to like a group hostel, and then like a bunch of people just start pulling out, and closes the door and backs up.
Dan says, why do they have guns? Why do they have guns?
I don't know why they would have guns, Dan.
Oh my God, are they gonna hunt us? Are we the ultimate prey?
Do we need to bar the door?
You guys are former military, right?
Dog too.
Henry says, I mean, active military, but
My bad. I meant no disrespect. I didn't know if you were active or not. Sorry.
No, I'm former. We used to serve together.
Okay. Well, no, it's just everybody else is gonna be kind of freaked out.
you guys hear the dripping of water coming from upstairs onto the tile here.
Look, all I'm saying, I'm pretty beat up. But,
Well, let's just stick together. We'll be fine.
I didn't come up here to shoot civilians.
Well, that's not the plan.
You guys,
The plan is
did you
keep
lock
ourselves
the door, Anne, or no?
She probably would.
Well,
Oh,
Wayne
damn. Okay.
would knock on the door and say, Art and everybody in there, I know this looks a little scary, but Henry and Chris, they're veterans. They've served our service.
Wolf's on the other side of the door.
As Wayne is saying that, Anne's gonna say to the door, like, yeah, and he was drinking all day, and now he's pulling out a rifle like that. No,
Look, I've shot this rifle more times than you taking a piss. You don't gotta worry about it.
He's down. He's down.
Art's just going
And
to kind
is
of
there
yell.
some-
Go ahead.
And when you say, and is there something that we can do to make you feel a little bit more comfortable? I know this is a scary situation, but we're all scared. We're all in it together.
Somebody's doing this thing. Could be one of you, and you're the ones with the guns.
I can see how that would be very concerning, but I'm an actor. I borrowed these from an armorer friend.
An actor.
I was coming up here to practice shooting. I was cast in a period piece. Well, I'm trying for a role in a period piece. You guys seen, AMC did Hell on Wheels. That did pretty well. They're doing another kind of, antebellum Western thing.
Look, you're a good talker. And that's fine. But we don't know what's going on. I've been attacked. You think I'm the perpetrator? Just open the damn door. We're stronger together. And Chris will start trying to force the door open.
No, don't. That's just going to exacerbate things.
There's water coming down from the ceiling. I didn't sign up for this shit.
None of us did, but Chris, my friend, we're the only way we're going to get through this is if we trust one another. Just Art and Robin, guys, what can we do to make you feel more comfortable here? Please,
put the guns away.
Together. I understand that's what you're asking for, but is there some other way we can make this work?
You guys hear from upstairs a woman crying.
Chris points his gun at the stairs.
Yeah. Chris, as you point your gun upstairs, you see standing at the top of the like kind of peering through the banister, like the railing, is a chubby little boy. When you see him and then aim the gun, he immediately dips and you hear his chubby little feet as he runs up the hallway.
I didn't shoot.
I know, but you're scaring him. You're scaring everyone else.
I don't know what's going on here, brother, but this is the bullshit right now. Them locking us out. We're exposed here, man. We are exposed.
Let's fall back to the music room. Guys, we're moving back to the music room. If you want to come out and join us, you're welcome to do so. But we're not hanging out in the foyer. It's not safe. It's exposed position.
Exposed
for
what?
You might want to join us. Whatever's in this house.
Whatever, attack me.
Robin shakes you, Art, and says, "What are they talking about, Dad? What do they mean?
And I'd like my dog back, please."
Art's gonna say, they said there was some woman upstairs with a baby, and that downstairs something attacked. He's gonna shake his head. He's gonna say, "There's someone upstairs. Maybe we should just go up and talk to them and figure out what the hell is actually going on here."
She seemed pretty anxious, easily excitable.
So you met her. You met the housekeeper.
Yeah, we did.
Fox, right?
I don't think that's relevant right now.
Is that the time for this, Leo?
I mean, you gotta keep your options open. That's all I'm saying.
Art's gonna look at Robin. He's gonna say, "Look, I don't want to just make decisions for you. I'd rather talk this out a little bit. What do you want to do?"
What do I want to do? I don't know. If there's, I don't know, Dad. I mean, if there's really people in the house, I don't know. I don't want to say the guns are the answer, but I mean, if they're military and they got guns, I feel like that's, like, I don't know. Do you think those people, was this like a trick? Is this like one of those horror movies where like the rich people lure the not rich people out to the country and then hunt them or something?
Art's going to look over at Anne. What do you think? Are
Wayne
they
guy did
actually
say
after us?
the Wayne guy said he was an actor.
Wayne is going to get fed up with waiting and hearing whispering, and he's going to take his shoulder rig off, hand it to Chrissy. I'm getting my dog. Hold these. I'll be right back.
Look, man. All right, I got your back, brother.
All right, Wayne, give me a dexterity saving throw as you cross the hallway.
I would like to ready a shot as Wade crosses the hallway.
Ooh, all right. So you you start to slip, but then you just risky business, just kind of like it's nothing. But there's a lot of water on the floor.
As Wayne slides up to the door, he's gonna knock. And I put my guns away.
Dunbar begins to
I'm
bark.
not armed.
Anxiously.
I'd like my dog, please. Just open the door big enough for him to come out.
All right,
I just want my dog.
Stand next to the window so I can see there's no guns on you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have them on.
All right.
All right, you open the door, Jason?
I do.
All right,
Enough to let the dog out.
Dunbar rushes out.
Look, I'm just saying, if any of y'all want to be safe, now's the chance to come over here. We can actually protect y'all. Behind in there with forks and knives.
And then make his way back over to the music room.
Art's going to look over at Robin and he's going to say,
The flames in this fireplace start to flicker and die.
I don't think that Wayne is a threat. He seemed... I don't know. He seemed fine down in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let's go see... There's probably safety in numbers. And I'd rather know where the guns are than just have them out there pointing at us, maybe.
Yeah. He's gonna step over and, I guess, grab a kitchen knife in case we need it.
Yeah, Anne's gonna grab one too. Try and conceal it.
Art will step out into the hallway.
All right. Art, you see peeking from the door to the ballroom is a fat little boy.
As soon as Art sees this, he'll stop and like put a hand up behind him to kind of stop everyone, and he'll just kind of whisper like, "There's someone out here."
The boy calls out, "Are you Grandpa?"
What's your name, son?
My name's Thorn. It's a nickname. My real name is Thornbald.
How old are you, Thorn?
6.
Do you live in this house?
Mm-hmm. This is my sister. And he pulls a girl into view. I'm gonna be honest with you, Art. Their complexion is not looking so great.
Art, those are the kids I saw before, but different somehow. Be careful.
Rose. Hey, are you guys here to help us?
What sort of help do you need?
There's a monster in the house.
What sort of monster?
It's real bad. And then Rose says, we haven't seen the monster, but we know there's a monster. Mother and Father told us. It's downstairs. but we're forbidden to go there.
If you stay upstairs, are you safe?
That's what they told us.
Where do you like to stay? Where are your rooms?
We used to have nice rooms on the second floor, but Father made us move to the attic. He gave our room to Anna, 'cause she was having his baby.
And who is Anna?
Anna's the maid. She's the housekeeper. And then Rose says, like a 12, 13-year-old would, kind of like putting her hands over her younger brother's ears, she says, I think she's Father's mistress, too. And Mother wasn't too happy about it.
Where are your mother and father now?
They're around. I haven't seen them in a long time, though. And then Thorn says, I want to see them. If you find them, tell them that we're waiting upstairs. That we didn't go where we weren't supposed to go. That we stayed right where they told us to. That we're still staying there, even now.
How long you been staying there, boy?
Oh. The two children look at each other, and they both sort of shrug.
When you say now, you're here downstairs.
But we're not downstairs.
No.
Rose says, you mustn't go downstairs. It's too dangerous. That's where the monster is. It's okay to go to the kitchen, but you don't want to go below the kitchen. But you can't go below the kitchen from the kitchen anyways, so I guess that's not too much of a problem.
Was it this monster that attacked Chris? Do you know?
Who's Chris?
He's one of my friends.
Oh.
He's here with me.
Maybe the monster attacks. I guess. I don't know. I've never seen the monster. I just know that it's down there.
There was a woman with a baby on the second floor.
That sounds like baby Walter. He's always crying until he isn't. And Thorn says, he's such a baby. Just cries all the time until he doesn't. He like poops his pants too. Do you poop your pants, Grandpa?
No, I haven't done that since I was probably Walter's age. He'll walk a little closer. Maybe try to get a little closer look at the kids.
Art,
Yeah.
be careful.
So the kids, they look quite dead. Like their skin is pallid, their eyes are sunken, their bodies look very emaciated. Even the chubby boy, it's the clothes that seem to be making him look chubby, but his face is very sallow.
And these
he
clothes, like these are
Clutches a
sprayed.
spooky, like stuffed skeleton.
And these are like straight up like really creepy Ren Fair type clothes they're wearing.
Oh yeah,
right?
they're definitely wearing like gothic Renaissance fair clothes.
Art, this has to be some kind of makeup, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like and Art's gonna walk over like to them. They're up here kind of in this corner. Is that
As you walk towards them, the door slams shut to the ballroom.
Art will try to open it.
Yeah. When you open it, the ballroom is empty.
He'll step in and kind of look around.
Art, don't wander off, bud.
You hear the girl's voice, but you do not see the girl. And she says, just remember, you have to go up to go down.
Rose, where are you?
to go up to go down.
Why are there children here?
I don't know.
Just
Need
look. Just make sure those guns aren't pointed towards any of us. Okay.
look. I know what I'm doing. You can trust me.
Well, right now I don't. So.
Well, that's why I said you can.
Someone has gone to a lot of expense and trouble to make this.
Look,
So I guess
all I know is we do have at least one hostile in this. All right. I don't know what these kids are up to, but we need to be on high alert.
they said that we have to go up to go down.
Wait. Why would you want to do what they say? Don't you understand? That's most likely a trap. We should break the hell out of here.
I mean,
I
break out.
know. I mean, the doors are just locked. I know how to survive the woods. I could get us down the mountain.
I mean, we
and
have
a
cars
lot of
out
these,
there.
a lot of these doors that you see are just windows, so you could probably smash them easier than the
Me-
doors.
Me and Henry, we're trained for this kind of thing. I mean, not this kind of thing, but
Now, looking out the windows, you can see maybe 5-6 feet before the mist and the fog that has rolled in is just too thick to see through. It is like the house is adrift in like a sea of fog. There is nothing else.
Can't even see our vehicles from here. Should only be like maybe 45, 50 feet.
I mean, you wouldn't want to drive in these conditions.
No, but I
No,
don't
but-
think we should be go run around the woods in these conditions either.
Why don't we just go out to our cars and spend the night out there? We can take watch and shifts and just not be in this damn house. We know that they shouldn't have been able to rig our cars for anything.
We
I
don't
mean,
know that. I mean,
this
how
is-
long were we in the house before all this went down?
This is some kind of sick trick. They might have rigged the cars, but I mean, I'd rather be anywhere but in here where we know there's one hostile, but we got no lights. We can't see them.
What is that?
What was that?
I don't know, but it was coming from outside.
Art, do you see anything?
Can Art see anything?
Art, give me a perception as you're staring intently at the fog. Art, you're pretty sure you saw a bear.
I think there's a bear out there.
Well, I think that rules out going outside.
Well, look, I told you, bears, they'll only mess with you if you mess with them. But as long as we don't have any food on us.
Well,
Yeah, but what if it's, if the bear's got cubs or a friend? Honestly, we're kind of in a shit position.
I mean, let's wait here.
Our other option is we go into that parlor room. We just bar up the doors and windows with the furniture, and we just kind of hold out. But we don't know what'll be waiting for us when we're ready to leave.
Yeah, but if we can at least make it until sunrise, at least we'll have that on our side. A little bit of light, maybe the fog will burn off.
There's a lot of windows in that room. Is there any? Do you boys remember any rooms without many entrances?
Let's go up on the second floor, but that presents its own challenges.
yes,
I mean,
but it would be
the
harder
shed-
for someone
the
to come
shed-
through a window.
The shed outside had only one window. Or not, sorry, it had only one door and no windows. But it did have stairs that led down to the basement.
Well, we know the things down in the basement that attacked you.
Right, or below the basement. What if the kids are to be believed?
Is there is that a fireplace in this room, Crash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we break up some of this furniture, get a fire started, bar up the windows. Maybe we can move some bookshelves or furniture in front of them.
I mean, I could
Lock the
probably start a
doors.
fire. There's a ton of kindling in there.
Okay, we're gonna do some property damage now.
I mean, something attacked one of us here in this building. Little property damage. Oh no, an antique couch got ripped up.
Yeah,
I
look
mean-
look how expensive that thing looks.
Yeah, that's like an $1,800 minimum, like
Look,
piece of furniture. Yeah.
when
Yeah,
you're
we can
like
keep someone
I
from
said,
getting in.
there's one hostile here. We gotta do what we gotta do.
I mean,
Yes.
at this point, this homeowner should just be happy that we're not going to sue them when we get back to civilization.
Henry says, "Speak for yourself."
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. One of these couches, little collateral damage.
All right, I'm down for collateral damage.
And I will say, as you're watching Chris, he does boost, but there is not a single step over the line of gun safety that he's following. Not following. I said that right. He's never pointing the gun at anyone. Anytime like he has his gun out and someone walks in front of him, he lowers it. You know, like you can tell this guy's trained.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys start smashing some furniture, toss it in there,
Start making a fire.
get a fire lit.
Yeah, and then like anything that we can move in front of the windows, kind of barricade stuff up as much as we can.
No, wait, hold on. Dan,
On the other side of the door, you hear, huh? And then from Dan, you hear Leo say, yeah, that's her. And then he says, whoa, you all right? You look, oh shit. Oh shit! And then you hear like a scuffle.
oh yeah, them breaking up furniture. It's too late now. She's gonna try and break down this door.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Right. Athletics.
Oh, 18, yeah. You just wrecked this door. It doesn't exist anymore. I'll delete it.
Oh God, our sanctuary.
You look around in the very dark entryway. You do not see Leo. You do not see Dan. You hear the drip, drip, drip of water.
She's gonna yell out, "Daniel, where are you, Daniel?" What the heck is he?
You hear from the second floor the laughter of children, and then the fast footsteps.
Right, she's gonna go run up.
And wait, this isn't a good idea. We need to stick together.
Yeah, Art will yell to Robin to stick close.
As you begin heading up the stairs, you see, without anyone doing it, Anne, the door to the library slams shut, the door to the study slams shut, the door to this guest room slams shut.
Chris, Henry,
Where are you all going?
Anne's run off. If we can stick together, maybe we can keep her safe. I think her brother might have been snatched by the kids.
You hear
Snatched by the kids?
as this fourth door
Something.
closes, Anne, over on the balcony. You hear children's laughter coming from the other side of the door.
She's yelling out, "Daniel, while she's running up here.
Henry, what should we do, brother?
And as I get up here, do I see this?
Henry cocks his gun and says, "I guess we just keep a lookout, keep the civvy safe, and make it through the night."
Yeah, you're right. We gotta do what's right, brother.
It's I'm just gonna lean into this because otherwise I think I'm gonna go crazy.
Is the room actually covered in spider webs as I get up here?
Oh, yeah. So as you guys head up the stairs, you see that the second floor is now ancient and decrepit. Everything is old and worn, eaten by moth and mold, mildew, and time. There is the stink of wet, dark, damp, and decay everywhere. Everything looks like it has been taken by hundreds of years of moisture and neglect.
Leo, you in the library?
Yeah, Art's just like trying all the doors,
Look,
looking in to see if he can spot anyone.
Everyone stay where you could see someone else.
Chris, when you look into this room, there is a lot of blood on the floor, and it seems to be dragged towards the door to the north.
Henry, come check this out with me.
And one of the suits of armor makes like a rattling sound as if something is hiding inside of it.
Art, can you look after my dog? I'm gonna join him.
Henry, we gotta break this door down. This blood is fresh.
She's
Art
and
calls the dog over.
and is standing in the hallway yelling out Daniel.
We're gonna start breaking down this door.
Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, we are at time. We're at time. So, as you guys are getting ready to smash down that door, I guess that's where we'll end it. With you getting ready to smash down this door that this trail of blood is leading to, as the house begins to almost rapidly age before your eyes. No longer the posh mini mansion that it was before, but now just a haunted tomb enshrouded in webs and decay. Right. Oof. So, we'll pick up next week. Sadly, this time of year is rough. So we have Thanksgiving the week after that. So we're gonna play again next week. Probably finish up what you guys are doing, and then that would sort of put you into the campaign proper, and then we'll continue after Thanksgiving with the campaign. So appreciate everybody's patience. I know it was probably a little slow, kind of getting the build up and everybody sort of into character and acquainted with each other. I think you guys did a fantastic job. I definitely had the whole clue murder mystery, people invited to a house by a mysterious benefactor, but they don't 100% know what's going on. So I think you handled all that really, really well. So hopefully you guys had fun.
Yeah, I'm glad Chris didn't die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, man, now I get to play a wizard.
Yeah. So we'll pick it up next week. I'll take you guys back to your dashboard for now. And Art, you and Robin at least are guaranteed to live because since you are not able to make it last week or next week, we will just B team the two of you. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make it either.
What? Because you're level 0 and you're dealing with things that do 3d6 damage per hit. I mean,
Oh my god, my heart.
I mean, at least your companion's not a klutz.
I mean, you did the total horror movie thing. You're down in the
Yeah, I know.
basement that the dog refused to go to by yourself, washing the dishes.
I was doing the gentleman thing.
And then one by one, the lights go off in the basement, and you're just like, huh, I keep washing the dishes.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't like, huh, keep watching the dishes. He was like, huh, what's that noise with a big glider in hand?
I mean, yeah, I don't think my character, if in the beginning at least, he's not going to be, like, afraid to, like, check things out. Like, oh, why is this happening? But I mean, you might have already got a new seed of fear into it. So
Washing the dishes. Yeah. So yeah, we'll pick this up next week and continue. And I'm excited for this campaign. Excited to see where it goes. So I'm already feeling like a pretty cool dynamic between a lot of the characters and stuff. The friendships forged in battle and bloodshed, all that. The strongest of all. So
The
we'll see.
separations caused by guns.
That was amazing. And starts like the no gun club, locks them out of the dining room.
I mean,
once
a bunch of
he did have a good
With dual
point.
pistols.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like
He
there's
pulls out a
these
sniper rifle.
two guys you've never met that brought these very fancy guns to go quote unquote hunting, and they've been drinking all afternoon. The one guy, for all we know, fell because he was too drunk down in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that found him, everyone knows has a concussion and has been seeing things. So who knows if you can trust what he says? Oh no, I get it.
No,
And
I
then-
thought it was great.
And I was about to be like, what serial killer has a dog? To her, but I was like, no, that's just gonna open up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I was like, man, and it was like, he has a nice dog too. What a waste.
Yeah, you gotta watch your minis. I guess we should have gone over the follow me mod. Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you're keeping an eye on these companions. They got Daphne Blake syndrome.
Yeah, I went to go pull him in, and then the door closed.
Yeah, I know you don't want us to see through, but I feel like it was kind of hard keeping track of him. Because the second I leave a room, I'd just be blind to wherever he is.
Well, the stairs are kind of screwing with it too, because I keep turning on auto follow on them, so they will follow you. But then it breaks whenever you teleport. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I
If you-
feel
if
like
you
it's
can.
not. I mean, it's a big spooky house, so I kind of feel like maybe,
If you can, we give him like 5 feet of vision, just so that when we
just so you
teleport,
kind of have a sense of where they are.
yeah. So whenever we teleport, we see their token, so we can just move them onto the teleporter.
The unknown is pretty spoopy though. So,
That's
but
true.
I'll yeah. All right, man. I don't want to stop. I was really into it. We were just
Yeah,
getting to
me
like the
too.
good stuff. That's all right. It's all right. We'll jump into it next week.
Darn role
and-
play.
Hmm?
I said darn role play.
No, the role play was building up. You were building up the suspense. Like if we hadn't established who you guys were, none of us would care when you got killed doing the dishes. So, yeah.
That would be a heck of an in memoriam.
Yeah.
Chris died cleaning.
That would look a lot different than my other characters on the server.
Right? Yeah, I saw you down in the basement by yourself. I was like, huh. Oh, well.
Too perfect.
Yeah.
No, I knew it was coming. I'm not gonna. I like.
Oh, you were baiting it out, huh? You're baiting
No,
it
I
out.
wasn't baited out, but like I'm just doing what my character would do. I
Yeah,
want to
fair enough.
experiencing it that way.
All right.
Announcements.
If you guys come up with any questions or anything before next week, just post it in Discord, and I think we're good to go. I think everything was working the way it's supposed to work. So yeah, we'll continue this next week. You will be able to level mid-session, so definitely have your stuff ready to go on that, because you're going to heroically level up next session. So just make sure you're ready in an instant to go whoop and turn on your stuff. We'll do like maybe a 10-minute break to level up. All right, sweet. I'll see you guys around.
I do have one question.
Sure.
While Chris was down, did he get any death saves?
So narratively, I just played it that whatever that was messing with them.
Yeah.
So it's nothing malicious yet.
Okay.
Trust me, this is going to be
Good,
it's going to
good.
be rough. It's going to be rough enough. It's going to be rough enough. So, all right, cool. Any announcements? I don't have any announcements other than the other version of this game, Curse of Strahd Daybreak, is going to be starting Sunday morning.
Would it
Mythic continues Sunday afternoon.
Is it dangerous to watch them start?
For now, maybe not, but they might get further than you guys, or they might not get further than you guys. I don't know. So yeah, I probably would recommend not watching their stream. So
All right.
maybe just the beginning to see like what characters they decide to bring and stuff. But once things start to get spooky, you'd probably want to stop.
All right.
So yeah. And then Red Handed Doom continues Saturday morning. We're going to be continuing to use extra life donations to cheat all of our dice rolls and have a ridiculous D&D session. So it should be, I said this last week, but it should be like full rampage mode at this point, because I think they're realizing this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and they're going to go for it. So we'll see what happens. Monday, Odyssey Prime continues. Some pretty crazy stuff going down. And then Tuesday, Conti is running the last part of his Worlds of Warcraft Dungeons of the Vanilla Warcraft marathon. So we all ran out of steam and time and weren't able to finish Strathhome. So Tuesday, me, Remy, Conti, and a couple of other WoW nerds are going to play through Strathhome as like level 8 Dungeons & Dragons characters. And should be fun.
Is it Strathholm or Skullomance? I thought it was Skull.
Oh, Skullomance? Okay. I don't know which one it is, but...
Yeah, they're like the same.
Yeah. I think they might be both like mashed together. I don't know. But it was fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
So that's
The
my...
classes are built really well, and that's really cool.
Let me see. If we... Yeah. So starting... No D&D tomorrow, but starting Saturday, that'll be 2, 4... And then 5 on Monday, 6 on Tuesday, 7 for Monster Hunter, 8 to be back here. So between now and next week, I'll play 8 games of Dungeons & Dragons. Woo!
Sounds like a professional
All right.
DM.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get some sleep. Hope everybody has a good night, and we'll continue this next week.
All right. Thank you. Take care, stream.